Silverback Chronicles podcast. It's your boy Big H. I got my brother Dre.
Hey, yo, que lo que lo wa, que lo, everything Gucci.
What's good, bro?
We here.
Tranquilo, que lo que.
We here.
Chilling.
Let me get the business out of the way.
Living.
Listen.
Tell the world, please.
Listen, July 11th.
July 11th.
Third annual. First responders.
Be there.
Happy hour.
Show up.
First year.
Show love.
We had JB and Jess Hilarious there.
Word.
At Chop Tank.
Jess?
Shout out to Chop Tank.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Chop Tank.
Chop Tank. They chop it up.
They do.
Second year, my man Ham came through.
Word.
It was Gucci and everybody else. Now the third year, we're going to do it. Hey, yo, it's going to be from 3 to 11, July 11th. Thank you so much to the sponsors, Berman, sorry.
Sobin and Gross.
Sobin and Gross.
That's right.
Shout out to Charlie for making it happen.
Charlie Schultz, we love you, bro.
Yes, sir. 3 to 11, July 11th, Fells Point Tavern, 1601 Thames Street. Be there. Because I think last year, shout out to Bird. Yo, Bird, you did the thing on that, on the
video.
filming.
Yeah.
Yo, we had at least 250 people there.
Easy.
And everybody had a good time.
Listen, it's
Tell
the
'em.
third annual, guys. Third annual Law Enforcement Happy Hour. Brought to you by your boys in blue and Berman, Sobin and Gross. Shout out to my boy Charlie Schultz. Listen, show up July 11th, all right? 3 o'clock. You get out of work, you clock out. Listen, put something on, nothing crazy.
Right.
And come have some drinks. Drinks and free food. All on us. We're going to have a great time.
Hey, yo, this law firm really cares about us.
Yes, they
Let
do.
me just tell you. So anytime you get hurt, call them. They will take care of you.
Yes.
They're out in Towson. They're the number one law firm in workers' comp.
Facts.
In the state.
And it's not just workers' comp, it's personal injury as well.
Do it.
Holla.
You're gonna come out, you can talk to them. They're there. They're real people. They just there. They wanna hang out. They wanna love. You can touch them.
They're part
You know
of
what I'm saying? And we love them for that. Thank you so much. Third annual, July 11th, 3 to 11 at the Fells Point Tavern.
Come out, have some fun. Bring somebody. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Bring everybody.
Just come have a good time. Listen, free
Know what I mean?
drinks, food. Pull up. And let's have a blast.
Pull up.
All right? We love
As
you.
the
We
young people
appreciate
say.
you. Pull up. Ahora. All right? Well, yo, we about to get into it.
We got the business out of the way.
Yeah.
There's no hesitating.
Let's see.
We got our brother that's on tonight.
Let's see, baby.
It's been a while. He should have been on a long time ago. But you know what?
He definitely should have.
We here.
We save everything. The best for last.
We here, baby.
I just want to say we have 1101, 1102, and 1103 in the building.
Damn.
Chronological order.
Holla. Holla.
And in that order.
And we from the Northeast.
All from the
Holla. And anybody that knows anything, y'all know what we talking about.
Well, no further ado, we're going to jump into it. Our brother, the one and only, Ruis is in the building. What's up, baby?
I'm in here. Let's talk about it.
What's up, bro?
We here, baby.
With the fresh Crocs.
With the fresh
With the
Crocs.
fresh Knicks.
Repping New York all day.
Hey, yo,
Hey, baby.
once the Knicks lost, I stopped watching.
Basketball, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, even though they lost, so you got to rep, you know what I mean? You got to stay humble, even no matter where you from. So
Absolutely.
Always. If it's not a silverback hat, it's a Yankee hat.
Facts.
No, it's a Mets hat.
For you, but it's still a New York hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it's not a New York hat, it's a Giants hat. And if it's not a Giants hat, it's a Knicks hat.
Nick
It's a Jets hat.
Now we got
Gang green all day.
He's pumped up by his Jets because they got Brett Favre. Hey, yo, Brett Favre, welcome to New York.
Welcome. We
yo.
here.
You better do your thing, bro. You
guys
better do
paid,
your thing.
you guys
Represent us
paid
well.
Danny Dimes $80 million, bro. I hope it pays off, bro.
Yo,
Represent us
80
well.
million
No
to
wide
Danny
receivers on your
Dimes.
team, bro. Whoa.
But we got shake our pocket, man.
Saquon didn't even sign his contract, bro.
I know that made me shake a little bit.
But you got but you're praising the world on Darren Waller
I mean, he's a great tight end. He's a good tight end.
when he's healthy.
He's a good tight end.
Has he been healthy, or has he been milking money?
I mean, I hope he's healthy.
Oh, we're hoping now.
You know who we have that what we need is Debo, bro. Debo,
Who's that?
the coach.
Oh, the coach.
Oh, Brian Daboll.
Dayball.
He gonna bring a change.
D-balls.
He gonna bring that change.
He already did a change. Look how Danny Dimes shaped up after that.
What you mean shaped up? If it wasn't for
Yo, the Giants did great last year.
he did, but
compared to where they were at before.
But you want to know why? It's all because of Saquon Barkley. He single-handedly won you guys games last season. If it wasn't for that man,
He ran that.
you would not have the record you
He
had.
did run that. He ran that.
Shout out to Saquon. Yo, you from the Bronx. Throw that X up.
All
I know
day,
you
baby.
moved to Pennsylvania, but it's all Gucci. How we know that? We're detectives. I'm sorry.
We got to do what we do to know what we know.
Yeah, but his contract ain't Gucci. So he ain't saying.
I'm not mad at him.
I'm not mad at him either.
I'm not speaking.
Listen,
Yo,
we got a
get
green
paid.
jersey for you though, Saquon. Though, you know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers at the helm. Just
And we got a
gonna put it out
silverback one too.
there. You know what I'm saying?
But yo,
Let's
how
talk
about
about that silverback.
huh?
Let's talk about that silverback jersey.
All day.
It's in the works.
Yes, let's go for it.
Let's do it. Hey yo, but what's good though?
So, bro, please tell the world if they don't know where you from, born and raised, bro.
Oh man, listen.
Let's do it.
Born in Honduras, Central America.
Wow.
Raised in the
I
Bronx.
threw up the wrong side, my
I
fault.
threw out
It's
the
okay.
Bronx. Raised in the Bronx. You know what I mean, most of my life is the BX, boogie down all day.
What time you got to? What age did you get to the Bronx?
I was there about 7, 8 years old.
How was that for you?
Man, it was a change.
Were you like, what the fuck?
Listen, it was a change. I remember being on that plane, coming from a third world country where there was electricity was a commodity.
That's crazy. You came in a plane, I came in a refrigerator.
Yeah, let's.
From the Dominican
real.
Republic. I'm joking.
Man say he came in the refrigerator though. How?
Me and Maddie came in. Nah, we were born in the.
Yeah, I was about to say, if he really came in the fridge, son.
I want to know, like, did it have wheels? Like, did it have
My
wheels?
pops played baseball. So
You guys poke holes in it to breathe, bro? What's going on?
My
You
pops
have
played
to
baseball.
roll a little bit, like.
Damn.
No, I was actually born there.
Nah, but yeah, man, like coming from a third world country, there was no lights. I remember leaving the airport. You know what I mean? That was my first time leaving the country. Then when I landed, before I landed, coming to New York City, it's like you see all these lights. I had to like tap my mom. I was like, yo, what is that? She said, it's electricity. I'm like, what is that?
Wait, you have electricity in Honduras?
Nah, bro. Like, I mean, we had it, but it was like,
But it was like
it
scary.
was sparse and scarce. Like, it came when it came.
It was like
It wasn't like we have it now. Like right now, you could turn on a switch and you have electricity.
it was like this.
It was exactly. You had the freaking rubber stick to the wood and blow a little air.
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
Campfire.
Damn.
exactly. And then let's talk about the weather though.
She had a rubber stick to the wood. Jesus.
Let's talk about the weather. I came here in December.
Oh, did you?
Now let's talk about third world of Honduras. I was over there, you know, tropical, warm weather. You know what I mean? The beaches there, and then you come in straight abruptly to New York City.
Culture shock.
Concrete jungle.
What? The coldness.
Yeah.
Now, my mom did prepare me. She did prepare me for that. She put me on that. Yeah, y'all remember that snowsuit? The whole body.
Yeah, the one piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was a 2-piece. You had the
You got the jumpers,
the jumpers,
the pants,
the coverall,
and the jacket.
and then you had the jacket.
Yes.
And don't forget the skull cap.
Right.
I'm like, why am I putting all this on? Then when I stepped outside, I'm like, okay, thank you.
At least you was fly with it.
Wow, I definitely was fly with it. It was a grand purple. I will never forget that.
Shout out to
Anyway,
moms.
yeah, like it was cool. It was definitely a culture shock, and it was different. It was definitely different. But I'm here now.
What made her go to the Bronx? Does she have like family there?
Yeah.
Like,
My whole family is from the Bronx.
Got you.
Like, that's they migrated from over there to the Bronx, straight up to the Bronx,
what part of the Bronx?
South Bronx all day. It was over there by 149th Street, 161st.
By the house.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, those. What?
Grand Concourse,
Yeah, 3rd Avenue, baby.
number 6 line.
Don't do that.
And by number 6 line, for those who don't know, it's like we had the number 6
Hey, yo.
line, number 4 line.
Number 2 train.
I am a Bronx
Yeah,
resident.
let's talk about it.
Right.
Fuck the 6th line.
2 train all day, bro.
The 6 line
Fuck
was
the,
local.
fuck the 6.
That shit was local.
Yo, that train line over there, it was just wild.
It was.
Wow. It's like that train, if you ride the 6, like I know you got a knife on you.
Oh,
At the
listen,
minimum.
Cause you know where you're going.
All those stops, Stratford, Hunts
Yeah.
Point, all those stops, 149th.
Busy.
Yo, every stop, it's like the movie, what's the movie?
You talking about?
The movie with the gangs,
Warriors.
Warriors. Thank you.
Warriors.
That's the 6th line.
Come out with
The four line. I'm from the fourth train.
Warriors.
Easy. Exactly.
Come out and
Puffy made that shit. Shout out to Puffy. P. Diddy made that shit famous. But that 6th line, dog, I used to hate being on that shit.
it was gritty.
It's different.
It was
Get
gritty.
off on Spofford, all that. But you know that's the Bronx, man.
Bronx all day, man.
It's the Bronx, man.
So where'd you go to high school at?
Oh man, I went to Adelaide East Stevenson High School.
You went to Steve-O?
Steve-O all day.
Blood Nation?
Blood Nation and
Soundview.
Yeah, all that. You know who else went to Steve-O?
Everybody.
Nah, let's talk about the one though, Remy Ma.
Remy Ma did go to Steve-O.
go to Steve-O?
Remy Ma
Yeah,
went
she
to
from
Steve-O.
Steve-O. That's all Castle Hill and all that shit.
Listen, Remy Ma, shout out to Remy.
I don't even know if J-Lo went there, but that's that
I'm
side.
sure she didn't.
Yo, Remy,
Nah, she went to there's a Catholic
Remy had
school
a
there.
different Vanson every day. The Vanson leather.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
Back,
don't even
Remy
know,
was
like,
always fly.
She was always fly.
Vanson was the shit back in the day.
Yeah, man. She was in it. She was definitely in the game.
You went to Steve-O?
Steve-O, man.
Wow.
Steve-O. Yeah.
Steve-O used to show up and just
Changed the game.
like slice people's faces up.
It was different.
Not only that, man. It's like Steve-O was a few. There was a few Islanders in there, Jamaican boys, and them boys. Like when I say them dudes, if they had a beef with you, whatever they had, it was a weapon.
The Jamaicans back in the Bronx were wow.
Whatever they had.
Baychester, all that shit, they claimed it.
I remember.
White Plains?
I remember them boys used to pull out number 2 pencils, not to take a test. Let me put it that way. They gonna poke you.
Get the poking.
They gonna poke you.
Paint your face.
Yeah, like don't come at them sideways.
Yo.
Yeah, it was that kind of deal.
There was an Old Navy there. Remember the Old Navy on Bruckner?
Yes, sir.
Bro, I had a little joint. She was like, let's go to Old Navy. I was like,
Old Navy.
Not going over there. Huh?
I'm like,
Not
damn,
right
we
now.
gotta go.
No.
Not
Don't
right
do that.
now.
We'll go and I'm like, with the Hulk on me, like,
You better.
You gotta have it on.
like, yo, what's up? You good? I'm like,
Gotta have it.
it looked like I'm holding, it looked like I'm holding a shit. Cause I'm just like,
Don't make me angry.
man, like, what's up? What happened?
Hey,
You
I
don't want to
remember.
make me angry.
I remember when my aunt. Shout out to my aunt Jackie. She was always in the Bronx,
Yeah.
and I'm a Long Island kid.
Okay.
So I remember when I get out there, nigga, I was a fish out the water. I said, "What is going on out here?"
What we doing?
Yo, from that to when because I used to be in Brooklyn out in Crown Heights with my cousins.
Yeah.
So I saw that side. Brooklyn different.
It is different.
Brooklyn different.
Brooklyn's a different world to me.
Word.
It's every borough is different.
It's different.
Every borough is different.
Being from the Bronx, I was that type of dude, you know what I mean? Like you're not going home. You say wherever I want to go, I'm gonna be at. And I remember going to Brooklyn and I had a shorty out there. And she said, "Oh, Brooklyn different." I'm like, "The Bronx different too. Like, what's up?" And there was this one guy up there. He was like, "Yo, you look like somebody. You look like that dude that had a beef with my boy."
They always say that.
Always.
They always say that.
always look like
I'm
somebody.
gonna tell you a story after that.
You always look like somebody.
And
Somebody.
that's when that fart come out.
Exactly.
You're like,
Now, never mind. I was there, and I wasn't by myself. I was with my mans, right? I was with my mans, and it was like, yo, like, I'll be right back. You know when they say I'll be right back?
No, we're not doing it. I'll be right back.
They say I'll be right back.
Call
And it's
Lewis.
Like, the shorty I
I'll be
was
right
with,
back means
shorty I was with, she was from Brooklyn. She was like, "Yo, listen, they said I'll be right back. You gotta get out of here." And literally, we was in the substation as the train showed up. Right, we could have easily got on the train and just dipped. We could have dipped out, but it's like, nah. He said, "I'll be right back." We want to see what he's talking about. Like, you cannot say that to a Bronx dude and think that we just gonna dip out. So we stayed, and then my man showed up. It was just me and my guy, and he showed up with like 6 other dudes.
Yeah.
6 other dudes. I was like, "Yo, that's him right there." And like, well, what's up? There was on one side, you know the turnstile, right? You gotta hop the train or whatever. We already paid for our fare.
Isn't it crazy how like back then we had rules? Like you only really jump the turnstile if you really had no money.
If you got to.
Listen,
But if you had $1.50 or what was it, 75 cents,
it was
you pay your fare no matter how thug you were. $1.25.
$1.25. My man was on the other side, like, yo, that's them right there. And it was like, it's just two of us. And I got my shorty there, and she got her sister, and she's like, y'all gotta go. Like, they don't play no games. Like, who you think we are? We don't play no games either. Like, you know what I mean? We don't play no games either. So it's like they showed up. It was like, oh, that's them right there. That's them right there. We looking at them. They're looking at us. They see that we standing strong. And then one of their OGs was like, yo, like chill out, like let's ride out. Let's ride out. It ain't that deep.
That's usually the interactions with like a real BX dude with a BK dude.
It is.
It is.
Because they I don't know what it is. They think that they're a different caliber.
I mean, they're wild in numbers, but like BX dudes, I don't know.
We wild in hunger. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wild in numbers. We wild in hunger.
Every time I've been to Brooklyn, I was jumped.
Was you?
Yeah.
That's
Not
just
me.
crazy. Nah, me either.
I remember I went to the PJs. It was like 6 a.m.
Brownsville.
Me and my brother. Shout out to Steve.
That's where I was at, Brownsville.
It was only 2 times though.
Yo, both Long Island cats. We ain't give a fuck.
Right.
Just young. Went up in the projects. We was young, doing what he's doing. And
That's the AOL days.
yeah, what? And the chick, she was like,
What's
yo, y'all really in the PJs right now? Yeah, what's good? What we doing? When you real anywhere, it
Right.
don't matter.
Anywhere.
Recognize me.
It don't matter where it's at.
See me.
I'm giving niggas
Yeah.
that. What's good?
What's up?
What's fine?
Right.
Yeah.
Everything good? But it was different though.
It is different.
It's different.
It is different.
It's different.
Yeah, man.
The shit I know now, or as I got older, I was like, wow.
Nah, it really makes you think. Because like,
So,
now
you're
that,
like y'all two niggas shouldn't have been there.
exactly. Now that you're older and wiser, you look back like, man, maybe we should have just dipped out. It wouldn't have been wrong. They wouldn't have even seen us anymore. But like, nah, you hard headed. Like, we're gonna see.
The shit could have
one
got
time-
real different.
The one time I went, I only caught it like 2 times. I went out there on AOL meant to go beat this joint.
you was instant messaging
on the
and shit.
chat. On the
Yeah,
chat.
what's your name? Remember AOL? I think my name was like BX.
Clapping them cheeks.
I think I even remember my name was like BX Poppy or some shit like that.
That shit was BX on draft.
So, you know, what's your name,
say what you want.
location,
Right.
age? Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm on the computer. So like me, Ra, and Manny Nipples, we used to
Manny
fucking
who?
take Manny. We used to call him Man Nipples like that. Cause he got
I don't even want to
Nah,
know why.
let's leave that
Don't
alone.
even do
Let's
it.
leave that alone.
Yeah,
yeah. That was a little nickname. We used to fuck with him.
I wouldn't even say that
There's
loud.
nothing wrong with his numbers.
By the way, this
He's a shit.
is definitely a pause
just-
moment.
Hey yo,
Well,
it's past
Pause.
that now.
Pause.
Nah, for real. We online on AOL chat. That was.
Nah, I get it.
He was the youngest one. We used to be in the
What was your
room
name again,
playing
son?
like
What was your
NBA Live.
Hey yo, he called his brother Manny Nipples.
But what was your name on there, yo?
VX Poppy or some shit like that.
I thought he said BX Poppin'. I was gonna say
Nah, Poppy or
Big
some shit.
Poppy.
So what happened, son?
So like, boom, scoop this joint.
Scooped it.
Dominican and black.
Ah!
Dominican and Italian.
Don't do that. Ow!
Saucy.
From
From
Brooklyn?
like
Saucy.
Bensonhurst.
From Bensonhurst though?
The way
It don't matter. I gotta go.
Manny right there. Rob's right here.
Got a home run.
I said, I gotta go meet her.
I gotta go.
Got a home run.
I
She
gotta
said,
go.
give me pictures. The shit's all pixelated.
Oh my god.
Nigga, this is like 97.
He's
I
walking
gotta
into
know
the
where
lion's
this is going.
den.
I gotta know.
But that
I
was
said,
dope, though.
I gotta go.
I gotta go.
They're like, you gonna go to Brooklyn? I said, yes. They're like, no, but for real, you really gonna go? And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm like, fam, I got like $25 in my pocket.
I'm good.
You know,
Yo,
$25 back in the
That went a
day.
long way.
That shit
went
is
a
like,
long way.
that shit is $1,000.
For real.
$25 back in 97.
Yo,
is like, what?
6 on gas had
What?
that quarter. Well, half
And
a
it's all
tank.
single, so I'm like,
my
ping.
goodness.
That's what I'm doing. When I'm counting the minutes, ping.
Yeah.
I take the ride out there, smooth. I'm the king on the 4 line.
Let's talk about
I'm the
it.
man, what's up? You do the switches, ba-ba-boo, woo-wah. I get to Brooklyn, and I could feel like it was weird.
You felt it. Your sixth
She
sense.
was like,
like,
yo,
The energy.
yeah.
The
you
energy.
know, my brother keep asking me who you are,
Oh, here we
where
go.
you from.
different.
Cut the day short. Little kiss on the, you know what I
Little
mean? Back then,
peck.
in 90s, maybe 97, you get a kiss on the, you get a little pet kiss, you a winner.
Right.
You're like, yo, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do
Yes.
what?
Especially you could touch them cheeks and they'll smack on
As soon as I get back on the train, they're like, yo, that's him right there. He look like, what?
Oh, my.
Always.
Fam, I was running through train carts.
I don't blame you.
It was like 5 dudes,
Did they catch you?
slightly. One of them called me, who,
You
hit
knuckled
him,
them out, got them up out of there.
but then,
They didn't know about that.
you know, then the pack comes.
Yeah.
Cause you could do one.
Yeah.
You could knock one out.
You can always.
But if he holds you,
Hey yo, anybody that's ever been jumped,
Nah,
right?
You're right though. If they
No,
hold
no,
you,
you hold, it's like,
Anybody that's ever been jumped, you know the fastest one out of the group.
Yeah.
That's the first one you're gonna encounter. Ha 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 ha.
rabbit,
You
right.
hit him, boom. But then the cleaners show up.
cleanup crew.
That's when you gotta. That's when you gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
oh, he fresh. I
really
gotta,
That's
got-
when you gotta get out of there. And that's when I got out of there. Jumped a couple trains. Woo, got out of there. Made it to Manhattan. Safe grounds.
Let's go.
Smart man.
Yeah, yo, that was a true story. I had another story. I mean, nothing really happened. My mom is like, yo, she's a substance abuse counselor in Brownsville. Come through, and I'm in high school. I got the, like the preppy, tie, shirt, the sweater vest with the V-neck.
Oh, you was ready.
I'm like this.
Oh,
Sweater,
okay.
Okay.
khakis.
You
Had
see
the
him?
pecs out there.
Kanye before Kanye.
Kanye before
Okay,
Kanye.
yeah.
So my mom is like, yeah,
Graduate.
we in Brownsville. My mom is like, yo, something happened that I had to go out there.
Right.
Boom, I come out the train station. She told me I had to come out a different way. I think I fucked up. I went a different way. It's in Brownsville. I came out, and I'm in the middle of the thing. I see nothing but Crips on this side, Bloods on this side.
Damn.
And it looked like they were about to engage,
Right.
but who's the fresh meat?
You come out looking all cute and shit.
Right.
Damn, son.
Sunday's best.
You made it
To this day, I tell my mother every day, like, yo, ma, you almost got me killed. Fam, again, I think I had like $15. I always have bread on me.
Yeah.
Always. I see what's going on. I read the room and I'm like, and they're all looking at me. Fam, ran down the train station.
Gone.
Yeah.
Smart man.
I swear to God, I think I must have gave that pay phone because we had phones back then.
Right.
Didn't.
I had a beeper, but you had to call back.
Yeah.
Call the fucking pay phone, call my mother, and I'm like, man, you gotta come get me.
Yeah.
And I hung out with, remember in the train station, the person that you buy the tokens from?
Yeah.
Chilling right there like this.
In the booth.
Until my mother came and got me. I don't give a
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, that's real.
I don't give a fuck.
Salvation.
I'm not taking that beating for what?
For what?
That's not my fault. They were about to engage, and I'm like,
We see this.
I said,
You peep
they
game
both
real
looked at
quick.
me, and I was like, oh, no, I went downstairs.
Yeah.
I said,
About
"Ma,
face.
I said, man, you gotta come get me.
How about?
Let me bust this U-bop real quick.
Yeah, so all that, you know what? I love Brooklyn, but fuck you.
Nah,
No, but I love y'all, though.
Now, at the same time, Brooklyn, fuck you, I stand on that. Let's talk about now, much love to Brooklyn though. Like,
But it's always coming from like a Bronx dude.
it
though,
really
like,
is because I wanna speak on the whole.
But all my bros is,
like
is
whenever Bronx dudes went to Brooklyn, right? It was always like, oh shoot, like you know what I mean, like we got to be on our stuff. Little
You gotta
did-
be on point when you from the Bronx.
Little did we know, at the same time, we the ones that crossed the border though. Bronx crossed the border. Like we was always out there. Like we always tested the water.
That's a fact.
also, there's not too many BK dudes.
Not
never
too many
get a Brooklyn
BKs
dude coming to the Bronx.
It
Right.
never happened.
Right.
Never.
It never happened because the same thing. It's like you look different, you walking different. It's like, I want to know what you're about. But it was different though. It's like, being from the Bronx, like we was about that. You know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna take my beat.
We're like
I'm
voyagers.
gonna take my lick. I'm gonna take it. But it's like Brooklyn dudes, like they
Much
talk
love,
it.
son.
They talk it. They talk it. They talk it. You know what I mean? But it's like they didn't always cross over. Now the women, the females, they always crossed over because like I had me a few Brooklyn
joints.
Yeah, look, yeah.
All right.
yeah.
I'm gonna keep that right there.
I don't know. The best joints, I ain't gonna lie to you. The best joints came from Queens or Manhattan.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
A Bronx girl is just as tough. A Bronx girl will sit there and fight with you.
Nah, Bronx is sexy as shit too. Don't
Nah,
get it
They're
fucked
sexy.
up. Yes, sir.
I think it's about that.
Hi, J-Lo.
It's about that.
I know you were Ben, but what's up,
It's
baby?
about the difference. I mean, when you're from the Bronx and you in the Bronx, you see the Bronx all the time. It's like, I see you. You know what I mean? You cute, whatever. But when different come around, when different come around,
It's oh my goodness.
It is different when you get like a
Yes,
queen. Queens, I think Queens have the finest women.
say
in New
like,
York City.
what's his name? Trey Songz. So like, he talking about them foreigners. It's like you from the Bronx and you see a Brooklyn chick. It's like she foreign. Something about that swag. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to eat.
Every borough different.
Metaphorically, and
Every
literally.
borough is
Let's talk
different.
about it. Yeah.
Just so you know, yo, $25.96 is about almost $50 today. So it was, yeah, it's a
It
good.
was quite some time.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
it's
World
I was
changed.
balling, dog.
Yeah, it was killing.
My mother gave me $5 a day.
No,
That's my allowance.
Hey, yo,
the exchange on that.
Hey,
Time
fam.
is different.
Hey, yo, I remember
You
I
can do a
was,
lot with that.
You ever heard the app, Local Hookups?
No.
Yeah, back in the days,
Back in the
during the Instagram thing, not Instagram.
You well?
MySpace,
Yeah, MySpace too.
And I was on my
Black Planet.
Hey, yo,
Black Planet. Mi gente.
yeah,
Shout out.
Hey, yo, I was going everywhere.
That was, it was like on the computer.
Yes.
Yes.
So you got on that shit. What happened?
I was in Jersey like I lived out there.
You could go to Jersey and roam through Jersey and be all love.
Shout out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jersey is very welcoming.
Yes, it is.
Yo, Jersey joints are fire.
Jersey was the suburbs to the Bronx.
Listen,
Yeah, so it was different.
I was in Jersey like I lived out there.
Yeah.
Like where?
New
Like where?
Brunswick.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like Hoboken.
What you talking about?
Man said hobo.
When I was in high school, I met a joint from fucking Perth Amboy.
Birth and boy.
Nah, I ain't never.
Really nice.
County girl. Yeah.
She came to me.
She came to you. Wow. I was there.
Jersey Transit and all that. So good. I never beat, but it's so good.
It's just the
You know,
encounter.
when you young, you be scared
Scared of what?
to beat.
What age?
Like 14, 15.
Yeah, I was talking shit. I wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, you like
That's that
you
game.
like,
That's that talk game.
You wait for them.
I'ma do
She
this
was
to
fire.
you.
She's the ready. Get the fuck out of here. She was ready. She was a little bit older. I'm not gonna lie.
She was a little bit older.
She was ready for third base. She's
like
still at
17.
home.
Experienced.
I started early.
Damn.
No, I was already like I was not a virgin back then, but I was still like a little coy.
Oh no. If I was the virgin,
I wasn't a savage like that.
I'd knock the feathers off her.
I was a
motherfucker.
lover
I
boy
think she
growing up.
came to educate.
Were you a lover boy growing up? Were you a lover boy?
I was always. I'm still a lover boy.
Listen,
Yeah.
I think to me, I was the perfect mixture.
Perfect. What?
I was the perfect mixture of lover boy and that other thing Tupac used to represent. I was the perfect mixture.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, I really was. It's like,
You was a little big, you was a little Tupac.
yeah, you know what I mean? Not even Biggie Tupac. It was more like who was that? I was Keith Sweat Tupac.
Oh shit.
I was
What were you? Because I want to hear that.
yeah.
If he said Keith Sweat,
I was
you
all
must have
over the
been-
place, bro.
You must have been some Teddy Pendergrass shit.
Ooh.
Smooth.
I was a little bit of Chucky Booker.
Ooh.
I was.
What the fuck is that?
Oh,
He went back.
Come on, son.
Put me on later.
after
Yeah.
I'll take an education.
Yes, Chucky Booker, Aaron Hall.
Ooh.
Please,
Teddy
let me know
P.
that.
That's because
Aaron
Pops put you
Hall.
on.
Yo, I
Aaron
was.
Hall.
Yo,
You know Aaron Hall.
Chico DeBarge.
There
See,
we go.
I was too busy.
There we go.
I was too busy.
He was too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Dave Hollister.
Yeah.
97, 96?
What? Dave
Yeah.
Hollister was the man back then. During those times.
Dave Hollister?
Dave Hollister, bro?
I have
Chi-Town?
After he separated from Black Street?
It was over.
What?
Black Sheep.
Yeah, he
Black
was in
Street.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Hollister was the guy.
Yeah, during
you
them
know what?
days?
Dave Hollister is probably like the
Gotta get your R&B
perfect
game,
balance.
Yeah.
Dave Hollister was probably the
Gotta
perfect
get your
balance.
R&B.
Not in me, man.
But you know what? I started late. I was a virgin until I was 16. I was talking heavy shit, but I ain't never did nothing.
Yeah, I can't
Wow.
talk about my situation.
I was raped by Jackie.
I guess I can.
It's okay.
Yeah. The summer of 8th grade going into 9th grade.
8th grade. How old was you?
I don't know, 13.
Was you?
She was experienced.
Such a nice lady.
She was. That's the.
She took advantage of you?
Yo, huh?
She took advantage of you?
The right way.
She did.
The right way.
She did.
The right way.
That's the summer that like like Nas dropped that album, Wu-Tang dropped that album. It was an epic summer.
That was
Summer of 96.
that was definitely epic.
Summer 96. That's when I graduated. 97. I mean 95 or 96. But I was yeah.
I think my first nut, I could have filled up a garbage bag.
Yo, now let's talk about was it an official one or a practice one? Is that we young boys?
That was all I had.
That's all you.
That was it, Jack.
Yeah, listen. We gotta add a. We gotta add.
Touched that thing. I said, "Woo! Wow!"
Felt amazing.
Had no idea how to control it. No.
Like, what is this?
I was like,
How do I get this again?
right.
After that, you hooked.
And I was like, damn. I'm sorry.
You know what's crazy? People
Because
talk about,
I didn't know about lasting long. I didn't know,
Yeah,
That
you
shit
know.
didn't matter.
The
It did,
tactics.
right.
It really didn't
That
matter.
was my first time.
It was new.
For men, like they say, chasing the dragon is like heroin, right?
Right.
I think in real life,
You're looking
it's
for that real.
that nut.
Yes.
Chasing the dragon is that nut.
Yes. I want to feel that first.
You always
time.
want that nut. You know what I mean?
And it never happened.
Can I say that? Nut.
Yeah, a little pale ale.
Pale ale.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. What's it like now?
Man, right now,
Being older,
older, wiser,
Yeah.
mature, all this gray in my face. It's like things is different. You experience. It's like you really want to have a conversation with the younger self. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, especially now that you know what you know, you want to go back and tell yourself like, hey, do this different. Like, let's make a left instead of a right. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's that type of thing where it's like, but you here now, and it's like what's done is done, and you have to accept that what's been done, it's been done for the good of you. It's been done for the good of you. It's like your growth, your promotion of life, and just take what you have and keep pushing forward.
I love that.
I do.
We're going to step back a little bit.
Talk about it.
Why the military for you after high school?
Oh, so the military for me after high school.
Where did that come from? What was your aspirations leaving high school? What you thought you wanted to do, and how the military come into that?
So what sparked that?
So me growing up, right, coming from a third world country and then growing up in the Bronx, and I felt like I was always intuitive. It's like I knew that I wanted something better, and that especially growing up in the concrete jungle is like nowadays the term is coming out from the mud. Like I get it out the mud. That's what they say nowadays. It's like growing up in the hood, growing up in the Bronx is like you wanted to do better. You wanted to provide, especially as a man. So you want to provide. So it's like I was in high school and I used to see these recruiters come by. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what the military was. I was coming from a third world country. I was just worried about my education. But then when I found out what they were about, it's like as far as like defending the country, defending where you're from. It's like, and then I wanted to know more. And when I learned more and everything about it, I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be a part of it. And my only regret in the military, and I'm gonna come back to it.
What branch did you serve in?
Army all day, whore.
What made you pick the Army?
Well, maybe it's what I knew. It's like, I'm lying. Let me take that back. I actually wanted to join the Marines. I wanted to join the Marines because the Marines seemed more stand up at the time. But the Marines,
That's what I see.
yeah, they were more stand up.
The Marines, shout out to them. They're just
It was that thing. Their promotion at the time, their
Shout out to
promotion
Bill
as
C.
far as like, you know what I mean, the proud, the few, and this, that, and the third. And the Army was like, I don't even know what their promotion was at the time. All I knew was the proud, the few. So it's like I wanted to join the Marines. But the Marines, when I went to the Marines, especially my senior year of high school, they was like, hey, we'll see you in about 6 months. And let's talk about the recruiting station down on downtown, 42nd Street.
Oh, you went down there?
Yeah, I went down there, 42nd Street. If y'all don't know about 42nd Street, now let me Times Square for those of you who don't know. I was
That was 42nd Street.
I went to Times Square, and all of the branches were in the same location.
Yep, I remember that.
And then I went to the Marines, and they said, "Hey, we'll see you in 6 months. We'll check you out in 6 months." I went to the Air Force. The Air Force was like, "Your grades are not good enough." I went to the Coast Guard, and I said, "The Coast Guard, the Coast Guard is just a fake Navy." Shout out to the Coast Guard. No disrespect. Then I went to the Navy, and the Navy was on the same thing that the Air Force was on. They wanted a different curriculum caliber type of person, which I wasn't at the time. So then I went to the Army. The Army said, "Listen, we can ship you out in 2 months."
Bang,
I said,
easy.
"Bet, we
Sign
out.
me up.
Sign me up. We out.
They're like, yo, you can get this work right now.
You get this work right now." And I wasn't about to sit around. You know what I mean? Coming from a third world country, you go to school, you get your education, you see your parents struggle to provide what you got, and then you wanna then take the mantle. You know what I mean? You want to pick it up. So it's like the Army, being that the Army provided that opportunity, I took it. So I will always give that credibility, that hoorah, you know, not hoorah's Marines, that yeah to the Army, because they took me at the time. They were hungry. Hunger is a powerful thing, and the Army was hungry, and I went with it, and that was 2001, and they served me well.
Was that post 9/11 or
That was actually pre 9/11.
pre 9/11?
Pre 9/11.
So let me ask you a question. So now 9/11 hits, and you're there. You're like in the uniform. What happens?
Let's talk about before 9/11 and before I even wanted to join the military. I remember being in 815 East 52nd South Bronx, and I was looking at the TV. I was looking at the news, and the whole plane going into the Twin Towers was happening live. It was happening live, but I didn't know about TV production. So I was looking at it, and I'm looking at the plane go into the first tower. Excuse me. I'm looking at the plane go into the first tower. And I'm thinking like, wow, this must have happened like a couple of days ago, a week ago. And where my TV was positioned, it was literally beside the window. It was beside the window. And as I'm looking at the TV and I'm listening to them, and this is where, you start grasping things at the same time, literally, and I'm looking at it, and I'm figuring out that this is happening live right now. I didn't know what that meant, because how old was I? 17? Yeah. I didn't know what it meant. So I'm looking at the TV, then I'm looking out the window, and then I'm looking at the Twin Towers, because I'm living in the Bronx. Like, if you live in the Bronx, you're separated by two bodies. It's the same water, but it's like two lands in between the bodies of water that actually separates the Twin Towers from where I was standing. I was on the 14th floor. I'm looking out my window, and I'm looking at this building. I'm looking at this building that was smoking. The fire was going out, this, that, and the third.
From the window?
Yes, from the window.
So surreal.
So surreal. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, it's the same thing is going on the TV as it's going live. And then I see the second plane go on.
So you just see the smoke and shit.
Yes. And to me, I'm thinking like, oh man, I got it. At the time, I'm thinking I have to get to work because I was in high school, but at the same time, I had to be at work after high school. School let out at 3. I had to be at work by 4. And I'm looking at this thing, and it just hit me. It really just hit me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was, but something woke up in me. And I think this is where patriotism come from, because it was happening where I live. There was a problem, and I'm able, and I have to do something about it. I have to do something about it. So again, I'm still learning about what's going on, and it's live on the news. I see it going on. I'm looking out my window. The building is going down, and then I leave the building. I'm going to work, and the trains are like
Done.
Nothing
Nobody's
is
moving,
happening,
nothing.
no movement. And I lived in the Bronx, man.
Yeah.
This happened in the center of Manhattan.
Yep.
I'm smelling the smoke in the center of Manhattan. I'm, again, not knowing what's going on. The train is done. I have to figure out, how do I get to work? So then I got to look up and see, like, how do I take the bus instead of the train? Because we know the train is faster than the bus. I have to look up, how do I get to work? And then when I figure out when I get to work, and everybody who is more intuitive, because I lived in the hood and I worked downtown Manhattan at the time, and everybody is like really distraught about what's going on. And again, patriotism is inseminated in me and it's growing, and I'm figuring out what's going on. And I'm like, I have to do something.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like that's what's missing in this country right now?
Oh, man.
Patriotism? Because I remember when 9/11 happened, I wanted to go fight.
It's interesting.
And I wanted, I was in St. John's.
Go Red Storm.
I was in St. John's, and I was like, I'm dropping out of school. And I told my mother, I'm like, I'm going to join the fucking whoever takes me. And she was like, yo, if you join, I'm going to disown you. And like, you know, that was a fear to me because I love my mother to death.
Yeah.
But like, I wanted to fight so bad.
The hunger definitely woke up. It definitely woke up.
Because I love this fucking country.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I feel like, and not to get like political, but like I feel like because we haven't had something like that in so long, I feel like we forgot what it is, the freedoms that we have in this country.
Facts.
Compared to other countries. And it's like we have to cherish that. We have to like really appreciate that shit. Because when 9/11 hit, we all came together. It don't matter if you was a Republican, a Democrat, black, white, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban. We don't give a fuck. We here.
Mm-hmm. We was definitely.
And I feel like that's what we need to get back to.
We was definitely on something different.
Because we're fighting for a lot of stuff that doesn't even
that?
matter.
Who did that? Where they at? I'm going.
But I feel like now, if it happens again, God forbid, it's gonna be in such a high magnitude that is almost the point that we can't recover from it.
We always recover from
Yeah,
You think so?
Hell yeah.
it. We fought these before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I feel like
Every
the
generation,
people that are like the threats that are
every
coming.
generation has had it from the beginning.
Yeah, but like I feel like that
we were fighting the British.
Well, this is great. Now you're on the defense side, on the government side. Is it
There
not
was-
a little bit more even now? They
we
have what
wrote
we
something
have.
called a Declaration of Independence, and we sent that to Britain, and they said, "Clip up, because we coming over there with fucking ships and guns, and y'all got a bunch of ragtag motherfuckers over there. We gonna take our shit back from
They
y'all."
underestimated.
And they went to New York, which is York, and they got fucked up. They went into West Virginia and fought the mountaineers. They didn't know how to fight. They didn't know how to fight in the mountains. They even said, "We're gonna take. You want to know what? We don't know none of this land. We're gonna take the slaves and free y'all if we do that." They was like, "Nah, we still going. Nah, it's some people still. There were people from up north. There were black units from up north. They were like, nah, this is ours. We're gonna be here." It has happened in every generation. Every generation has stepped up. The reason why they don't want to mess with us is because we got guns.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That neutralizes everything. They can bring whatever they want. Unless y'all got enough tanks and lasers and aliens, we got more guns than everybody.
The battle of Fort
good luck.
McHenry.
Yeah. Good luck. So it
Right here in
happens
Baltimore.
every generation. The difference is they're military, and he knows this. They can't fuck with our military. So they got to do. They have to do the things that they know how to do. I'm gonna crash planes. I'm gonna do. That's kamikaze shit.
Yeah.
You talk to people from earlier. If you know the history, that's what kamikazes did.
definitely
They crashed
gotta
into
go
our
different.
ships. They crashed into. They found out where we were, and they just.
gotta go
That's what kamikazes did. Yeah. So they can. They're always going to try it, and they're always going to do things, but they don't want to. Nobody really wants to fuck with the dragon. Nobody does. My dad used to say they used to call him Puff the Magic Dragon because when they shot out of the planes and stuff, it was spit and it looked like fire coming out. Yeah, that was the gun. That was a Gatling. It was what kind of gun is like a? It was
a Gatling gun.
yeah.
Yeah, call it the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
So you poke it,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a problem.
And we know this, so
Right.
they always poke us. Dog, we got ships that got stuff on it that take down countries.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's a fact.
It's equivalent to the dudes in the hood saying we're going up against Baltimore City Police Department. Okay, got you. They're trained to do what they do.
Come through.
Let them off the leash and watch what happens. I mean, right? You see what I'm saying? It's the same scale. It's bigger. It's just, you know what I mean? So it's
Makes sense.
But they don't
everybody.
really want, nobody don't really want to poke the bear though.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because when you fuck with the ball, ultimately you know what you
Yeah.
get, right?
They'll throw like again to use the same analogy when y'all was in the when y'all was in the the joint with the
The Sims.
no when y'all was had the shields and everything for the riots.
The riots.
Yeah, for the
the
riots.
riots.
Like everybody it literally they'll throw rocks at it. They don't want the real heat. They don't want
the
ain't
smoke.
nobody gonna go and pull because it's gonna be like thank yes.
No, because
They not
because
gonna-
when they tried and they let the dogs loose when we was at the Western District,
Became a problem.
motherfuckers was running.
it went right back down.
Absolutely.
It went from a 20 to a negative.
Man, I love that lieutenant. I love this lieutenant. He said, "Yo, fuck this. I need a group of motherfuckers that's ready to go get into it right now."
Let's go with it.
And we said it was on go time. 12 at night. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same motherfuckers that was throwing rocks, go get them. The hunt was on. Whoosh. He let us go. And we was going.
I work with brothers and sisters right now. Shout out to Major Prison and her husband, Colonel Prison. She's from BX. Her husband's from Florida. They both Army. They with
Kind
it.
of hungry, yeah.
They like right now, like I gotta go. Where you gotta go down range.
Yeah.
While she's working with me. So they with it. It's people like y'all right now that's
Listen, the
go.
hunger's different.
Yeah.
The
When,
hunger's
yeah,
definitely
when that
different.
patriotism, when our livelihoods are fucked with, that shit changes
And,
people
I
in a
love
minute.
being an American.
Yeah.
Don't
I had the
come through yet.
opportunity to travel across the country, and also across the world.
People do take it for granted, but
People take it for granted.
but it's family. When we fighting, we fighting. But let somebody from the outside come in, it's gonna be different.
That's that
It's
thing.
gonna be
That's
different.
That
I
thing.
hope
It's
so.
like even all of us
Nah,
right here.
trust me.
Even all of us right here. It's like if we cannot get along. We could be completely divided, all four of us in here. But if anybody was to walk through that door talking about F y'all, nah, bro.
Yeah. Let's go get-
I'm gonna flip this table over. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm coming over. I'm gonna as I used to say back in the, I'm gonna eat your heart.
yeah.
I'm gonna eat your heart. Yes.
Yeah, so like you go back, the 9/11 happens, you enlisted, then what we doing?
So I went in, you know what I mean? It's like the dynamic changed. I went from this third world country dude who grew up in the Bronx to a straight up soldier. And that's what I attribute myself to be today. The soldier in me is live. It's viral. You know what I mean? It's what represents me. It's what I try to exude in everything that I do. Like straight up the soldier in me. That and who I am and where I came from in collaboration, not in collaboration, but in conjunction makes who I am. I don't like disorder. I don't like disorganization. I don't like chaos. I take that back. Chaos creates change, and soldiers are made for chaos. You know? Bring it to me. Bring it to me, and I'm going to present you an order you didn't know. Straight up. Man, that's a bar.
I love that.
That is a bar. What was your rank?
I made it all the way to
I know you did 20 years, right?
I made it all the way to staff. They didn't give it to me all the way, but I made it all the way to staff.
Would you say, give me a disorder? What?
Give me a disorder and I'm gonna give you a change. I'm gonna give you an order you didn't know. Chaos creates change. By all means, bring that chaos to me. Bring that chaos to me. I'm gonna bring that change you never knew existed. I'm gonna bring that change you never knew existed. Literally, that represents everything about the military personality, the aura. It's like if I have 3 guys, I'm gonna make those 3 guys super soldiers, and I'm gonna conquer whatever you need me to conquer
with those 3.
with those 3 guys.
All you need is 3 lions,
I don't exactly. I don't need
100 sheep.
100 sheep. Give me them 3 lions.
We're gonna get that working.
Oh my God. What? Ferocious. That's what I need. Show me that ferociousness. Show me them teeth. Show me them grit. Show me where you came from. Show me that hunger. You know what I mean? And we gonna eat. I'm gonna push you through with my leadership. With my leadership, I'm gonna push you through, and we gonna see the opposite end. And
You know, my age, can we? What is leadership? Talk to us.
Oh, leadership. Let's talk about leadership. I used to say the cliche of like, I'm a natural born leader. That's a false statement. There's no such thing as a natural born leader. Leadership comes from the experience that you gain while you're in a specific position. Not only that, there has to be leaders in that position to give you tools to put into your own tool bag. For example, it's like I can go from point A, B, C, D, and each one of those positions are going to have leaders that are going to give me my dynamic, my actual form of how to actually lead. And little do they know, or they do know, because I know that, because I'm that leader that gives that tool now. I'm going to give that one person that one tool that is going to make them a better leader than I am right now. That is what a leader is about. It's no different from parenthood, no different from any type of profession that you're in. No matter where you are, somebody's supposed to try to make you better, but you're going to progress. And then the next person try to make you better. Those 2 people that try to make you better, once they made you better, you're better than both of them put together. Let's talk about it. You're better than both of them put together. But you have to be intuitive to actually pick up what they putting down. If they putting something down and you're not picking it up, that's on you. That's on you. But it's like, I feel like I've been privileged, not privileged, but I've been intuitive enough to actually pick stuff up. You know what I mean? It's like I picked up everything that I've had, and now I feel like I'm a well-rounded person, leader, to actually lead a group, and I want to make them better than who I am.
What did the Army do for you?
The Army showed me. I used to be a shy little boy. I used to be shy. I really was. I was into music, into drawing, into poetry. Then I joined the military, and I was still into music, into drawing, into poetry. But then I was introduced to certain sayings like, what makes the green grass grow? What does make the green grass grow? The military taught me, the Army taught me that what makes the green grass grow is the blood, the bright red blood. And in order for the grass to grow, you have to make somebody bleed. And who's gonna bleed? Your enemy. So it's like, now I'm aggressive. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. I'm all that, but I'm also aggressive. I'm gonna speak up. Can't nobody, it doesn't matter where I am, who is in front of me, I don't care what title you hold, please don't show that card that tells me you're wrong, because I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. And there's nothing you can say to me. There's nothing you can say to me. When you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm going to show your face. I'm going to show your card. I'm going to make you eat. I'm going to make you eat. And what is that going to do for me? What are you going to do? You're going to shun me.
Reprimand me.
You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. Ooh, we.
Yeah, taking days on that shit, that's not true leadership, though.
You know what I mean?
Because if you bout it, then what's a day?
So how many years you did in the Army?
I did.
How many years you did in the Army until Baltimore City came into play, and why Baltimore City?
Oh, so I did 10 years active duty. Mm-hmm. Within those 10 years, I did 2 deployments. The first deployment, some would say really didn't count, you know what I mean, because it was preparatory to the war. And then the second deployment came out, and the second deployment was OIF 1. Anybody who knows OIF-1, you know what it is, Operation Enduring Freedom. They call it an exercise. If you can't see me, I'm putting up the bunny ears. Exercise, this is what they call it. But that was, the government giving the cloak for us to be what we had to be to do what we had to do. If you know, you know. And then
It sounds crazy.
yes,
I like that.
they
Sounds crazy.
They call it straight up an exercise.
Okay.
Oh no, they're not
Not mad
over
at
it.
it.
You know what I mean? But we here though.
All my tax dollars.
But
You
we
got it.
here. But we present. We're active and we hungry. We're trained
up?
and we ready.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Show me a spark. I'm gonna show you a fire. That's what we was
I'm
on.
so hyped right now.
Listen. So it's like I did my 10 years active, and then I did 10 years reserve. I did my two tours while I was active. Correction, 2.5 tours. It was first tour was in Kuwait. Kuwait bordered Iraq. The 2 other tours was in Iraq, active in Iraq. The first tour was operational Enduring Freedom. The other 2 tours was actually active in Iraq when the war was going on. Guns was popping.
I want to say thank you for your
your
service. Yo.
I appreciate that.
Hey, so when it was time to get active, what did Seeing Blood do for you?
What does the scene do for me?
What did Seeing Blood do for you?
In Iraq or whatever.
Oh man.
And even when he was Oconus, he was still active.
Oh,
They just
yeah.
weren't active.
Oconus. Let's talk about
Once you
Oconus.
leave here, they don't care about none of this.
None of that.
They killing.
So it's like
Enemy is an enemy.
You gotta have a bag ready because at any given time they say, hey, when the moment they tap like that,
Game
that
on.
means you got a game on. You got like 3 to 4, 6 hours. Especially
on.
when you're in a rapid deployment unit, you got 3 to 4, 6 hours. 3 to 4, 6 hours to be where you gotta be, and that plane is up 2 hours after that. So yeah, you gotta have them bags ready. If you don't have your bags ready, and you gotta pack your bags, you're leaving a flight. And if you're leaving a flight, guess what that is? Desertion.
What does that mean?
You wasn't ready. Desertion means you didn't show up when we need you to show up. That means that you're against the country and you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. So now you're going to a whole different
Rabbit hole.
rabbit hole trial era where it's like you deserted your country when we needed you. Problem. But anyway, my bags was ready, so I was
You
up.
didn't go that route.
Oh, wheels
So
up.
let's talk about the other route.
Wheels up. So it's like
Wheels up.
I did my 2.5 tours. The second, I say 2.5 because 2 was actually during the war when it was actually going on. The first tour was Operation Enduring Freedom. Then my other half of my military career was in the reserves. I did the reserves. While I was in the reserves, I went from actually fighting the war, being in the war, etc. You can
So you
fill in-
for war.
you could fill in the blank how you want to.
What was it like getting active?
Getting active?
How's
Was,
war?
Was it a rush?
it was the rush was real. The rush was real. The rush was real, but it was also
A whole lot of tap rack check and goes?
oh, listen. I can give you I remember a tap rack check and go story. We was in Kuwait and we had to go into the border of Iraq. The orders at that time was you were not to lock and load until you're actually being fired upon. That was the rules of engagement of the time because the war was fresh. But shout out to my platoon sergeant. I you know what I mean, my platoon sergeant, I salute you. You know who you are. And he was like, yo, fuck that. Fuck what they say.
I like that.
Put one in the chamber.
And get
Anybody
ready.
come through, exactly, you hot. And
Wow.
I remember
Say less.
What year is this?
this was 03.
01, 03.
03. And we was in the back of this 5-ton. 5-ton is a big truck where you can fit up to like 20 soldiers in the back. And you got the driver and the TC. TC is like the one who checks the direction, time, distance, and all that other stuff. And next thing you know, we got this truck coming up to it. I'm lying. It's a car coming up to us, and it was closing in on us. And it was getting
Where are you in Iraq?
in Iraq. It was getting too damn close. So it's like we were trained that if the suspension of the vehicle is lower than what it should be, so if the axle of where the tire is supposed to be is sitting a little lower than what it's supposed to be, that means to me, what I was trained, you heavy. You got something on you ain't supposed to have, and I only see 2 people sitting there. So guess what that means to me? You probably trying to throw me up. So guess what we did?
Blew him up.
we show force.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We show force. You're not gonna come up.
That's
and
based
close
on
up.
your education.
Yes.
That's education.
You're getting too close and you're looking heavy.
If you see 2 + 2, you're gonna say it's 4.
Exactly. I'm telling you, back up. You don't understand. Okay, you don't understand the English language. I'm telling you, hey, fall back. I'm giving you all the hand signals. That's
You want him to help you help him.
help me.
Help me help you.
You know what I mean? Help
He
me
fully
help you.
disregarded.
And
Yeah,
you
because
just-
if I'm light and I got nothing in my trunk, I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up?
Exactly. What does that
I'm
do?
friendly.
That puts some bullet holes in your engine compartment. Now your car don't work. Sorry for you. Sorry.
bro.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
So
that
it
was
a nice day for that guy.
maybe
It malfunction a little bit.
we might have saved our life, so we might have,
Saved
we
his.
might have caused this guy a trip to AutoZone, whatever. But
Right.
nonetheless, I'm here now. You know what I mean? I'm talking to y'all.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And it is what it is. But yeah, I did my 10 years active, 10 years reserve. Once I joined the reserves, I became a drill sergeant in the Army, and that's where my discipline comes from. It's like again, the grit, the hunger, the the organization, the order, emphasis on the order. That's where all that comes from.
I believe in order.
Yeah,
I believe in law and order.
it's necessary.
So what does the city do for you, and why the city?
The city. I joined the city. For one, let me give it a buck. I ain't know nothing about the city.
Me neither.
I didn't.
Me neither.
I didn't know anything about the shows that represented the city until I joined the academy.
Me either.
I didn't know about. I didn't know
And
about.
still didn't watch it
Right.
when I was in the
I didn't know what a crab cake was.
Right.
I didn't know what a blue
we just
crab.
came out here for an opportunity.
I'm. You giving me a job? I'm hungry.
here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I
And
learned.
you got overtime? Let's get it.
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So it's like you presenting all of this. So it's like I'm here. You know what I mean? And not to mention you got a good one. Shout out to you. Thank you for having me so I can help you because I'm a good one. And then I learned about the city and I saw the struggles, the strife, the hunger, the necessity, the desire, the empty space that had to be filled in. So many empty spaces.
Yeah.
So many empty spaces from politicians on down to leadership, on down to training, to so many empty spaces. And I mean, it's like being who I am, where I came from, it's like if I fill one in, if somebody comes in and fill the other, then we can bridge the gap. I don't know, that has to make sense. If I fill one in and somebody like me comes in and fills in the next one, eventually we'll bridge the gap.
Yeah.
I
I mean, that's what we're doing on this podcast.
Facts, absolutely.
And for the record, we have members of 1101, 2, and 3
Yes,
right now.
and in that order.
You know
From
what
the
I
Northeast.
love?
From the Northeast.
You know what I love when you was getting it in is you did everything. I think you did your best work when you was by yourself.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Let's not even talk about it.
oh,
You was a phenomenal
Because you
drug
was
cop.
you was a phenomenal job. But you know what? You did it, but that's what the difference makers is. You was getting it in by yourself, and the radio. I got another one. Stop.
appreciate that.
Give me a wagon over here.
Thank you. Listen, I appreciate that. And again, it's about see a need, fill a need. If that mentality existed in everyone, think about the lack of void that would exist. If the mentality of see a need, fill a need existed in everyone, think about the lack of void as opposed to the void that we have. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I remember my first year fresh out of the academy, and you know what I mean, there was a person in the post that I took over. I was the predecessor, and this person, I don't know what culture was fed in, what tradition was fed in, but it was like this person never got out of the vehicle
At all.
You know what I mean? And
The public never knew him.
the public never knew him. They knew the car, and they might have known the last 4 digits posted it or in the car.
In the back of the
Exactly.
car. Right.
But it's like, who are you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It was different. So it's like, for me, I grew up in the Bronx. I have no problem
Getting out, talking.
getting out, engaging you.
I think that's what made us so much better.
It did.
Policing.
Absolutely.
Each one of us.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up? What's good with you?
Right.
Especially when you speak the language, when you know the culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you look like the person that you're policing.
They look at you different.
Oh my God. You look like me.
And I love you.
And I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you
Right.
for being here. I know that I'm dirty. I know that you are. That I've literally had the conversation of, I know who you are and I know who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's all about when you catch me. I've had these conversations.
Absolutely.
I've
Don't
had-
that shit feel good?
What? It's different.
And you know what? And it's a common respect.
It is.
Because it's like, you know what? I fuck with you.
I know who you are.
Yeah. Listen, if you got me, you got me.
Real recognize real.
All day, every day.
Real recognize real.
That's the best thing.
I've-
Oh my God.
I've legit had those conversations to the point where I could be chasing your homeboy and you can be like, he went that way. What? Can't nobody who sits in a car who doesn't know about what you've been through, who you are, your culture, your upbringing, can't nobody else experience that, unfortunately, unless
They've been through it.
you embed yourself. You have to be embedded in
You
it.
gotta be committed to it.
You have to. And you have to go through that extra step.
Absolutely.
You have to go through that extra step. There's so many people out there who are not unlike the people that we police, but they take that extra step and it's
Learn.
recognized.
Yes.
And you learn from them.
Yeah.
But if you don't take that extra step, what does that say about you?
Yeah.
You only here for the dollar.
Yeah. You're here for the wrong reasons.
You're here for the wrong
And you're a liability.
freaking reasons. You're a you're a liability.
Absolutely.
I don't like you. I don't want you here.
No.
I don't want you here. But guess what though? I'm gonna try to train you. And if you don't fit, I'm gonna tell you.
What made you want to step up in management for the department?
Oh man.
What was the driving force for that?
I can answer that easily. In the military, again, I'm a military man at heart. The military taught me if you don't like something, get rank and change it.
Ah. Ooh. I kept hearing that from majors. If you don't get rank, if you don't get rank and change it, then shut up. Don't even complain.
If you don't like something, get rank and change it. If you choose not to get rank and change it and not like something and stay something, what does that say?
Yeah.
You're part of the problem.
Stay quiet. We don't want to hear you.
I don't want to hear you. You might as well be a part of the peanut gallery and be literally just that. Eat your peanuts, talk your stuff, but in all actuality, you ain't being heard. But if you actually take the steps, I'm at one rank right now. I'm working on the next rank. And with that rank, I'm going to have more pull, more opportunity to change. Now, the rank that I'm in right now, I can only change a few.
Right.
And I can only influence a few. Now, let's talk about it. If those few have the same mentality that I influence in them, they can then themselves get promoted. Let's talk about multiplication. Now I have 6 or 7 that are under me and they can get promoted. If they get promoted and they have the same mentality as me and they actually try to change, come on now, that's how disease work.
Multiply.
That's how
a
disease
bar.
work.
That's another bar right there.
Yes.
That's exactly how disease works.
That's how disease works.
God.
And
Good
that's-
disease.
And that exactly.
Right, positive.
Call me a freaking white blood cell. Call me a solution. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to toot myself, but I have a purpose and I'm going to live that purpose till the day I exist in this department. I'm not going to say that I'm not tired. I'm not going to say I'm not exhausted. I'm not going to say I don't think about quitting every
Every day.
single day. I'm rubbing my knees right now because good night.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's ready to go.
you know what I mean? I'm ready. I'm ready because there is always an easier route.
You you excelled pretty fast. You didn't do a lot of time in patrol.
Yeah.
And you went and did the drug thing as far as being a drug detective. And you excelled in that. And I could see why.
I appreciate that.
Seriously.
I appreciate that. Listen, it's You have to learn when to step back, and this world that we're in right now is too fast paced to the point where everybody wants to have the front seat. You're not
But are they
equipped.
ready?
They're not ready. You're not equipped.
Too many Chiefs.
You have milk in your teeth.
Too
Bro,
many
grow up.
people that think they're Chiefs.
You know what I mean? You
Not
have
Chiefs.
like grow up, learn something. You know what I mean? Acquire the knowledge.
Take your time.
Take
Yes.
your time.
I've been fighting that for a minute. Cause shout out to Jason Bennett. He's
My guy.
a captain now.
That's my guy.
That's my guy.
He's been on the podcast.
Talk about the hunger.
Hey yo,
He's a beast.
we was all in the same squad as officers, and when he got made, and he's been the same guy. And every time I see him, Horton, when you taking the test, like
There's a lot of people that when they see us, they like,
every time, yo, what are you waiting on? I see commanders every day, and they're like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, I know.
Because you're needed. You need it. Y'all are needed.
I'm too dumb to take. I'm too dumb to pass.
No.
Let me.
Bro, what he said,
No,
it
that's,
hits home.
It
Like
does.
even on the civilian side, when you get tired of a bunch of people who don't do what you do as an analyst, and they telling you how to do this, that this is not the 80s. This is cell phones, and you know what I'm saying. People moving and doing this. They selling drugs on this, and you got to keep up with that fast pace. And you got kids that know how to do that. I got degrees in IT where my 12-year-old is smarter than me in it. But you got to keep up with them. It's not that they're not needed, but they're not needed. They need us to be in these positions. Because when they mess up, when we messed up, somebody looked out. The older people don't know how to look out for us no more. We know how to look out for them.
Let me
young.
speak on that real quick. Earlier, I said I don't need. Oh, I think y'all helped me out with it. I don't need 100 sheep. I just need 3 lions, right? There's a lot of sheep taking your position.
I know.
There's a whole lot of sheep taking your position, and let me tell you why. They know how to answer certain questions. They know the dialogue. They done studied, but they never been in it.
Yeah.
I need y'all. I need y'all. I need y'all. I'm keeping it as much as a fucking buck as I could keep it. I need y'all. I remember when I first got promoted and I showed up back home to the Northeast and I'm like, hey, boom. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna see what's up. I sat there and I saw what's up and I said, okay, I see what the change needs to be. Y'all may not see it because y'all living in it. Y'all living in it. Y'all breathing the air that y'all in. I'm coming in as new breath. New breath. New breath. New breath. New breath. New air. I'm coming in new. I'm looking to see outside of where you're living at to see what needs to be changed. Please hear me. This is what needs to be done. I came up with a whole format. It's not like I came in and blurred out. I came up with a whole format. This is what needs to be done. This is how it needs to be done. This is what I need for y'all to do when I'm not here. It turned like if y'all were there, things would have been different. But the fact that sheep were in position, and not lions, if they were as hungry as I am, things would have waited. Things would have went.
gorillas.
Oh my God. Things would have went accordingly. I'm gonna speak to a specific topic, and if you know what it is, you know what it is. How long does it take for shift change to cross over? It shouldn't take no more. When I first observed and learned, it took literally over an hour for shift to cross over.
That's ridiculous.
Shift to cross over. So if shift is crossing over and it takes an hour, what is going on out there with the criminal element? You cannot tell me because of their criminals that they don't know that it takes you that long for you to come out here. They do. Because it took that long, I came up with a system for it to take literally 20 minutes,
20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
That's a fact.
Nobody else follows suit. But here's what it created though. When nobody follows suit, and it only happened when I was there, two things happened. One thing was, oh my God, that sergeant is on point. This is what we need to do. Blah blah blah. Woo, woo. I like him. He's on point. He sees the change. We need to do it. I like him. He's aggressive. He's talking to me like I don't want to be talked to, but it's happening because I need to. It's like I was getting the respect. Now everybody else outside of me, where do they fall? Y'all can fill in the blank. That's where they fell. Now, if I had lions along with me, that will be going on right now. Even if I had lions with me, that will be going on even after I left. But guess what happened? The chaos stayed chaos as opposed to chaos creating change. I'm a huge believer in chaos creating change. If there's a chaos, you have to be the change. If there's something that hasn't been changed, you have to be the chaos to create the change. I love being chaos. I love being chaos. I'm going to come in, I'm going to see what's up, I'm going to fall back. Okay, cool. I see what's wrong, I see what it is. I'm gonna let it live so that I can see if I'm just a newbie in the era to see. You know what I mean, I'm new here, so I don't know what's going on. But if I stay here long enough and I see what the problem is, guess what? I'm gonna turn this table upside down the fuck up, and then I'm going to create change. I'm going to create change. Who did that?
For the positive.
For the positive. Who did that?
To help
Malcolm
serve
X.
the community.
Who did that? Martin Luther King. Who did that? Harriet Tubman. Who did that? Even my
Malcolm
man,
X.
you know what I mean? Muhammad Ali. Say my name. You don't recognize me as Muhammad Ali. You want to call me Cassius Clay? Oh, I'm going to teach you, motherfucker, what the fuck my name is. I'm going to teach you what my name is.
Beat him up for 12 rounds.
12 rounds.
Made him call him out.
It could have ended a whole lot sooner.
Kept jabbing him.
It could have ended a whole lot. It could have ended round 6. It could have ended round 6. My man kept going.
Yep.
Oh, you gonna learn my name. Chaos creates change. And if chaos doesn't create change, you have to be the chaos to create the change. Phoenix. It's like the phoenix burns down and then comes out brand new. Brand new. Out of the ashes. Sometimes you gotta burn shit down to create something new. Straight up. Keeping it a buck. I mean, sometimes you cannot.
So let me ask you, what happens when you get a system that's working?
A system that's working?
Then what do you do?
Oh, listen, fall in line.
Even as a supervisor, you fall in line?
If it's working?
If it's working, as a supervisor, do you fall in line?
If it's working, fall in line. Here's the thing, you cannot.
That's not like ego.
No, listen, it's all about the betterment.
Thank you.
It's all about the betterment of the unit. If it's working, fall in line.
You just chill.
Fall in line. You can come up with 1,000 ideas like, oh, I can make it better. But does your better actually work for everybody else? Don't fix what's broke. Don't fix what's not broken.
Has there ever been a unit that you took in over and it was working?
Nope. Not at all.
Really?
Not at all.
So you got to fix every unit.
Unfortunately, it's not about necessarily fix. It's about, I don't want to use the word fix. It's about adaptation.
Okay.
It's about adaptation.
Tweaking.
You know what I mean? Because it's like fixing would be like I'm coming in and I'm saying we're going to change blah, 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 whoop-de-woo, this, that, and the third. I'm changing everything. But if you're a leader, you know how to listen as well as leading. So it's like, what works for you? Okay, cool, that works for you, but this doesn't do that. Let's do this instead. Working as a whole. But it all requires understanding of position. You got to understand your position as well as you know my position. Yeah, we're going to high five. We're going to chill out. We're going to crack jokes. But when I say do, you do. And if I'm wrong, I have to be man enough, leader enough.
So what would you tell new supervisors?
But what I tell new supervisors?
What's the best advice you would give a new supervisor?
It depends on the perspective in which you're asking the question. What would I tell
Let's
you?
say they see something that needs to be tweaked, and let's say like it's running smooth. It's a scenario that shit is fucked. What are you gonna do? And then let's say it's a scenario that like you show up and it's running smooth. What do you tell each one?
What does smooth mean to you? What does smooth mean to you?
That's a great question. What does smooth mean to you?
What is what?
Smooth. Like in a unit. You show up, the unit is running smooth.
Well,
Before you answer, let me give you an example. For example, I am currently actively in a position where things have been working and running accordingly smooth, right? Because it's been running smooth because that is the culture of it. And because the culture represents the masses speaks the voice, and therefore that's what it is. It doesn't matter who's saying what. What they say is what they know, therefore is what they do. That speaks volume. What they say is what they know, therefore is what they do. Now here you come as a leader. What they say, what they know is what they do. Does that mean that what they say is right, that what they do is right? Is right.
no, never.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to come in and be like, actually, that's not accurate. Let me give you the accurate representation of what is right and what
And
you
get the same and better results.
exactly. Now, if it's been running
Sufficient.
sufficiently under those circumstances, it's been running smoothly. By definition, do you fall back? No. To me, the answer is absolutely not, because
That means it's, well, if it's running wrong but smoothly. Depends on what smoothly is.
exactly,
Right.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's been running smooth
Yeah.
because it's what they know, therefore is what they do. That means that, in especially when things are being ran inaccurately
In gray area.
in gray area.
No black and white.
Oh my God. And therefore, okay, I understand, I get it. And then, but here's what I need you to do. And not me, I'm direct, man. Listen, I'm Army, I'm drill sergeant. Nah, that's not what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. This is how we're doing it. And this is what I want to know when we're doing it. I'm direct as opposed to,
This is the way we've been doing it. And it's okay.
you know, as opposed to this is the way we've been doing it, that's okay.
No.
No,
Because I'm in charge of you guys.
exactly.
So if you get jammed up on this,
Exactly.
guess who's going to get jammed up along with you?
Hello.
It's not going to happen.
Right. You are a representation as to how I lead, and you're not going to lead yourself. Therefore, I'm going to lead you. Therefore, if I lead you and you fail, now I can say I messed up.
It's
But
on
if
me.
you allow if I as a leader allow you to lead yourself,
Yeah.
and then you fail and I get hit, who you talking to?
It looks bad on you tenfold.
Who you talking to?
100%.
Who you talking? You're not talking to me.
Because as a leader, it's your job to put a productive product out there that
Facts.
knows what they're doing.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. Therefore, you know what I mean? Listen, you're going to look at me as a bad guy. Oh, he ain't cool no more.
I don't give a fuck about growing up opinions.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or feelings.
Oh my God. I don't like him no more. I ain't, you know what I mean?
Yo, he changed.
He changed.
Right.
He ain't the same. But guess what though? You look good. Your production is great. Or you look bad and your production is bad, but it's all on my call, not on yours.
Absolutely.
I'll
I've been
take
called.
that.
I've been called
Which-
worse by better people.
Yeah,
Facts.
which puts a better product out there for like the city and the department.
Yes. But that should mean something to you.
Whatever entity you work in.
That should
Because this
stand-
is universal. We're speaking universal.
Facts. It should stand out a whole lot more for you, especially when I want good. I
Absolutely.
want better for you. I want to put out a saying out there that I feel like I should freaking copyright sometimes. And as simple as it is, let's talk about the word investigation. Investigation. Never mind egation. Never mind egation. What comes before egation?
Invest.
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 That's not happening nowadays.
No shortcuts.
Invest into your investigation. Invest into your investigation.
Yeah.
Because what you're investigating, especially in our field of work, has one and two things. One is a victim. The other one is a suspect. The victim is not up to you to color however you want. There's no 1, 2, and 3. 1 equals purple, 2 equals blue. No, that's not your choice. That person is still the title of a victim. Victim. Therefore, you have a choice. Not a choice. You have a duty, a responsibility to invest into your investigation. And that's not happening.
Invest into your victim.
Invest into your victim.
There's no thorough investigation.
There isn't. There isn't.
There's shortcuts.
Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do that in front
Definitely
of
don't
me.
do that, because when you reach the stand, whatever shortcut you took, the stand
It's gonna
is
be
gonna
exploited.
expose you.
It's going.
And that's when you really feel it.
How do you look? How do you look? A lot of
Then
people
you
don't. A lot of people don't know what it feels like to be on that hot seat.
Oof.
That is the hottest.
Listen,
That might be the hottest seat in the country.
listen. You're cooking.
When that defense attorney looking at you, beaming you,
What?
and already know that you about to fuck up on
not
the
only
next
that, but
one.
the
You about to
jurors-
fuck up.
The jurors are looking at you like,
Now,
Right, like
asking you simple questions like, "What was the weather like
on that afternoon.
on that afternoon?
Right.
What day was it? Who did you encounter?
Oh my goodness.
What?
what were they wearing?
What were they wearing? And you don't have these answers because you didn't invest into your
You
investigation.
look incompetent.
You look very, very low budget
And that incompetency will lose you the case immediately.
all day, every day. All day, every day. All day, every day.
Invest. Wow. That's
Invest into your
some shit.
investigation.
Yeah, put your time in, bro.
Time in. Put your work in.
You want that? You want that? Let's see. You want to play that role, so you got to thoroughly
What?
put everything into it,
What?
and you should. It's a reflection of your case. Is a
It's a
reflection,
reflection
of
of
you.
you.
Especially when you work to get to that point.
Right.
That's a whole different topic because
Word.
not everybody gets what they earn. They just put
Absolutely.
in and they interview well. But that's a whole other topic. You know what I mean? How much time we got? Let me sit on this. But yeah, man, it's like
But it goes back to what you're saying though, and this is in all professions. Individuals that, like you said, bringing those lions with you, and you have those sheeps in those positions. Those sheeps in those positions. What do you think they may be teaching other young lions? They can't teach them how to be a lion,
And
so
that's
they're
a-
going to teach them how to be a what?
exactly.
So if you get,
Bless it.
you
Do you,
gotta
do you think the
fight.
problem is that, like, I think I'm a lion, but I'm really not?
No,
No.
But I'm
So
teaching.
based on
I'm
what he's
teaching
saying,
kids. No, but what I'm saying is this: like,
lions have to get to the positions.
But what I'm saying is, like, all right, there's people out there pass the test. They think they're lying because they passed the test. So now they're teaching people, I'm a lion, so I'm gonna teach you how to be a lion. But it's like, you're not a lion.
I'm sure there are, but that's
There's
just
some
like,
facades.
How do you fix that?
well, like he said. So
More lions passing the test.
thank you. Like I don't care how old I am. Y'all have years in. That experience means something. I can't
Wow.
fake that. I can't fake that shit. And if I come in amongst a bunch of
More
lions,
gorillas, you mean? More gorillas.
the same thing.
Same
silverbacks.
concept.
Yeah, but I mean,
Silverbacks.
when people are looking at the movies, it's like the mob dude. It's like, nah, you ain't.
Because we work in the concrete jungle.
Yeah, you ain't with
Yeah.
you don't understand that. And then you'll phase yourself out and you'll feel uncomfortable because you haven't gone through those things.
You haven't.
And that's the problem. So in all of our professions, there are people that are faking it, and you sitting there like, y'all really had these clowns in here like doing
Yes.
something and they don't make sense.
What?
They don't. This is in all professions. So trust me. I mean, you can sniff them out. And I know in
definitely
y'all
can sniff
profession
them
where
out.
y'all saving people's lives, like, yo, it's like y'all get mad, but that's what he's saying. You bring more lions in there, they're gonna weed themselves out.
They going.
Sheep gonna get up out of there.
Yeah,
They can't survive.
they have to.
Because
You know
they
what's
ain't
crazy?
built for that.
You know what's crazy?
gotta
Like,
change the element.
even in the communities, like, when they know there's a lion or rather a gorilla, they don't pull the shit that they pull.
They don't. They can't.
They chill.
They act accordingly.
They act
Right.
accordingly, and it's like you don't even have to. You don't have to put no hands on.
I ain't gotta do none of
You
that.
don't have to use no less lethal.
Like that, because they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna be here tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna be here tonight."
Listen,
So-
and it's all about the growl in your voice. You know how many times I done seen people in all walks of life. I'm talking about from growing up in the Bronx where somebody be like, oh, like, next time I see him, this, that, da, da, da. I'm like, he said that? Okay, cool. Now I'm here. Now you see me. What are you going to do? Nothing. Same thing in the workplace. Like, oh, I'm this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. What do you do? How do you know? What is your experience? Nothing. Okay, cool. This is what we're going to do. And when you show them out, they expose themselves. They expose themselves.
They show that pussy.
They show that pussy.
They show that pussy.
You know what I mean? And it's not as attractive as what we actually say. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It ain't the type of pussy you want to eat. Let me put it that way. You know what I mean? It don't make you hungry.
That's like somebody like. Oh man, I got so many like
Because pussy's the greatest gift.
supervisors that
Yes.
got time on. That's like, yo, I'm from the old school, and I appreciate the old school way of how they did things. And I'm like, but some of your comrades, they're not built off the same shit you
not.
built off of.
You carry them.
Word.
Your breed carry them.
You think too highly of them. Bro.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Right. They caught the ride.
Facts.
They caught the ride.
They caught the ride.
You know what I mean? But it's like, hey, leave them on their own. What they gonna do?
Oh, excuse me. Right.
What they gonna do when you leave them on their own?
For real.
Yeah.
So let me ask you
They're
a
going to
question.
find somebody else to dick eat with.
So let me ask you a question.
Mouth all clogged up full of that good.
Hey, good.
Wipe your mouth, you filthy animal.
That's nasty. So nasty.
Word, I get tired of it. Like,
But-
come
yo,
on.
It's real, man.
Yo, but y'all talk about that all the time. When y'all were in the sector and the crime was down, and then they moved y'all, and then
He was there, but he was in the drug unit.
Yeah, they.
we doing
And
now,
they
we
yo, we
was
waiting for y'all to
drunk.
come back. Like it's gonna get real.
Yeah, like
They
that's
gonna
what I'm saying. Like he advanced quickly. Like, you know, when we were doing that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, everything works together.
People see it though.
So H and I, we on the patrol, right? We in uniform. We checking at our level, which makes things easier for his level because he came to patrol, boom, went upstairs,
Facts.
boom. Now he's in a unit, plain clothes. They're out there just concentrating on drugs. So it's nothing for us to be like, yo, Rue, X, Y, and Z is out there. He's wearing such and such. Word, I'm looking for him. Same thing when we was talking to like these and all the detectives banking in them. Yo, you're suspect,
Shout out the bank.
right? And Dobry and them. Yo, your suspect is out there wearing da da da. But
Say
yo,
less.
Listen,
yo, go get him. You know what I'm saying? So we worked as an entity. We worked as an entity.
I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about them things,
Wow.
man. Listen, I remember being
Ooh, story
the
time.
one who used to be like, oh, he out here. Who you looking for? Especially when you have that communication. Like, who you looking for? Oh, that person? Okay, yeah, I know that person.
Just saw him 2 minutes.
I just saw him 2 minutes ago. I got you. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see him again. I'm gonna call you. And I remember being that person, and then, you know, going to the next level when I was in the drug unit, and I had my guys. Shout out to Big H.
All day.
Shout out to Dre.
Word.
You know what I mean? When they be like, hey, they out here, bet coming through.
We working.
You know what I mean? But let me diverse a little bit. Let me change channels a little bit. You don't always have that.
Yeah.
You don't always have that. But when you have it, oh my goodness. Listen, the hunger,
Yeah.
the desire that runs through your blood. When I had my guys, again, it goes back to I don't need sheep. I don't need 100 sheep. I need my lions.
Word.
I need these guys. You know what I mean? So it's that when they say like, yo, we out here, I see what you're looking for. Like, bet the excitement. Oh my God, it ain't matter. I could be in my drawers in the toilet with my socks on because you know when you gotta take a poop, you take all your clothes. You know what I mean? When they say like, hey, boo boo, hey, this is what's going on. You have no idea how fast my clothes came on, and boom, I'm out there. Boom, we go out there and we catch what we gonna catch and we gonna eat. But that doesn't always exist. That doesn't always exist. Can I get your story real quick?
Please.
I remember there was one time, right? Actually, we were still both in patrol. It was in my rookie years. And there was a call for whatever. I don't remember what it was for. All I know that they gave the perfect description of the bad guy. Hey, this is the bad guy. He's wearing polka dot shoes and whatever. You know what I mean? He's wearing polka dot shoes. And he's on this block, 3700 block of Shamrock or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, woo, I'm in the area because I'm hungry. You know what I mean? I'm a rookie.
You upstairs?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You were in patrol.
I was in patrol.
Okay.
I was 1102. These guys were already out. So it's like, I'm out here.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, H was out.
I was out.
So I'm out there and I'm like, okay, hey, I see him. I call it out on the radio. I'm like, yo, there he is. I'm like, I'm in this area. He's wearing this thing. I see him. I'm about to get out. I get out the car, right? I hop the fence. Actually, correction. I get out my car. My boy sees me. Polka dot shoes. I'm just going to stick to polka dot shoes. Polka dot shoes sees me. I get out the car. He starts walking faster. I start walking faster. Polka dot shoes is like, yo, who's that? It's the police. Oh my God. Now it was me. I'm the police. Like, hey, let me talk to you real quick. Polka dot shoes says,
by yourself?
I'm by myself. Polka dot shoes says, hell nah. Polka dot shoes, mind you, polka dot shoes is like 5-10 years younger than me. So polka dot shoes does this. When I say polka dot shoes takes the going, my man goes. He's going. And I'm like, oh man, I'm Army. You ain't about to outchase me, this, that, and the third. And I'm behind him. And then next thing you know, like, I realize my age is getting into me. And I was like, I start feeling that. And then Big A says, like, I'm right behind you. Listen. I'm right behind. I'm behind.
Now you're running.
I'm behind polka dot shoes.
You know it's over. You know it's over when you be like,
my man hopped the fence, and I took every last energy I had to hop the fence behind him, and I was like, 1, 2, boom, feet on ground, get the chasing. By this time, my man got the steps on me. He gets to going, right? By this time, Big H gets out the car. My man gets out the car. How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". How much you weigh?
you 6'4"?
285.
285. My man's a big guy. When I say I turned around and I didn't know he was behind me, I turned around, I look up, and I'm like, who the fuck? Then I see him, and I'm like, bet. That turns to like, all right, I'm done. When I say this dude right here, polka dot shoes was going like this. By this time, because I gave him a little work.
He got confident.
I gave him a little work.
He's chilling.
Here go Big H. Listen, when I say my man caught up to him in that alley, all he had to do was extend his arm, grab onto his shoulder. He looked behind him. My man looked behind him, and all he saw was chest. All he saw was chest. My man had to look up to look at my man's face. And I'm like a whole block away, and I'm seeing this. I'm like, yeah.
You're like,
I'm like,
yeah, you remember that shit?
I remember that, man.
Charlie Chef. For Charlie.
Big H called him like he came out of nowhere. And you would never think a dude this size, this height, my man caught up to him like that.
Got up on your horse on him, son.
I had to get on the horse.
What? Again,
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. H got some ponies, dog.
When again, I don't need no sheep. I don't need 100 sheep. Give me 10 lions.
I was talking about it first. I'm like, yo, H. I'm a ride passenger, cause I don't ride. Cause I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
We were riding together.
Like I'm a ride.
Him like, all right, cool, I'll drive. And then at one time,
Where was we at? Oh, rolling dice, right?
They were rolling dice in the alley. And I'm like, we get the call. They're like, yeah, it's right there. I got out the car. I'm running. And I see him just.
God.
Listen.
I'm too busy watching him. I trip over the fence. I said, nigga, why ain't you tell me?
What? You ain't telling me.
When he caught him, long story short, I said, fam, this whole time, I've been fucking playing past.
Hey, yo, you know what's crazy though?
Yeah, after that,
The dude had to run. Dude had to run. It was like 8 of them,
They were playing dice.
and they was playing dice.
And at the
we
major at
we
the
got
time-
tired of getting the same.
the
call.
major at the time, that was his
call,
thing.
Yeah, the major, that was his thing. Go get these motherfuckers
Like,
rolling
he
dice.
believes like dice games turn into shootings.
He got his lines, by the way. He called his lines. Go ahead.
Hey, yo.
He's a really super gold badge now.
So I got there, all day. That's the man.
And shout out to him. You know what I mean,
Word.
do your thing, doggy.
So we had Angelo was behind us.
And he lit us up.
He lit us up
We
because
turned the lights off.
I'm always in stealth mode
Yeah,
when the hunt is on.
yeah. H was like,
I
yo,
even
turn the
turn
lights
my
off.
radio low. I don't want them to hear nothing.
We turned the lights off.
6'5", 300. Stuff
we-
more.
Word. I'm 300 now. I was 280 back then.
we Bel Air side on the Bel Air
Yeah,
side.
we on
So
14, 15,
boom, we turned the lights off in the Caprice.
And
Angelo
Angelo
shows up
still
with-
got, he got his beams on.
He-
He fucking the whole stealth mode up.
I'm like,
So we get around, pull that U-Bop, and they right there in the alley. As soon as they see us, Angelo, the fucking headlights, they take off. Dre jumps out the car. I'm like, fuck that. I threw that bitch in park. Oof. Took the keys out. He went around the
drove
car.
in the car.
When he ran around the car, I already hopped over the fence. And I'm going down the
But
alley.
I'm watching. This is the
watched-
first time I see him run.
First time you ever saw me get at, like, really get after it. And I'm in full stride. I'm in track.
right.
I'm in full stride.
You
And
tell-
the kid looking
fam-
at me.
But fam, you ain't tell nobody you did that.
Nah, I
you,
know.
you tell nobody you ran
You
track.
thought it was just football.
Right.
Nah, I
That's
didn't
all.
know.
I
That's
just
all I
thought you was a
knew.
big body.
All I knew was football. When I
Nah.
seen this dude taking that stride, I'm like, God, no. This is,
You was comfortable.
Listen, my
Run
form
the
is
motherfucker down.
crazy.
You say we'll go, ooh.
It don't matter. Like I'm running, and the dude he's like, oh shit, and he's looking at me, and I just tapped him on the shoulder. I said, come on, let's just stop.
Yo, by the time I got up and got to the scene, they were already walking
I
back.
was walking back with the suspect.
And I'm like, fam, I'm like, yo, Nate,
Listen.
yo.
Yeah.
again.
And I'm like,
H knows this because I used to run track. The one thing you hate, because you don't look back when you're running track, but you hate the crowd will say, "Oop!" That means I'm coming up on your ass.
Right.
You got to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying when he was like running like he hit him with he turned around. He like
Again.
after that, I was like, yo, H, I'ma drive. You can take passage to seat.
every time.
Boat was a fast dude too.
Every time Big H
Bo
was
was-
behind somebody, when they turned around, all they saw was chest. They had
That's it.
They had to look up to see his face every single time.
It's too late.
I just got to put that out there.
I remember Bo. I ain't even have to get on my horse
Yeah.
because I got out and Bo. He saw me. He said, I got it.
Nonchalant. Yeah.
You know, Bo, little cute.
Yeah.
100-pound motherfucker
Yeah.
sprinter. I'm like, go get him. Thank you. Go ahead.
My man's a
Yo,
walking
Boat,
muscle.
when he first came out,
He a walking muscle.
Boat, when he first came out,
He a walking muscle.
Bo was a bullet, son.
lightning in a bottle.
And I loved it. You young motherfuckers that get feel, go get him, son.
mean, it's a lesson.
I'll meet you around the corner. Don't you worry about it.
Yo, all the silverbacks, like even though seeing he'll just show up, he wouldn't run.
Dawson ain't running nowhere.
Doseen will walk up and then lay.
Yeah.
Again, Doseen knew he had lines with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
He's the mastermind.
He's
for
the
real.
man. Doseen had all the time over all of us. You know
All
what I
of
mean?
us, yeah.
So it's like when Doseen would show up, be like,
Yeah.
I mean, there he go. That's it. Get him. You know what I mean? When you got lions with you,
That's it.
that's it, man. We gonna eat. We gonna eat. If you're hungry, you gonna eat.
How do you feel now with all this experience, being in the military now, being on this side, the fact that we can't eat?
That's a diverse.
Because at the end of the day, like the true citizens of it, I'm not just going to talk about this town.
You know, they love us. We just got to adjust to what's new.
Yeah, but I'm not going to talk about this town, but like every town, every city,
Yeah.
they're the true victims
Yeah.
because they're not getting.
The policing that they deserve.
Thank you.
That's a multi-jurisdictional question. Only because, for one, the public in itself has scolded and criticized law enforcement to the point where nobody wants to be law enforcement.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So it's like now law enforcement is hurt.
Frowned upon.
We hungry. It's like we are starving.
Nobody even wants to do the job
Nobody
anymore.
wants to do the job anymore. So now
It's
you're
still the
asking,
coolest job in the world.
now you're asking facts. Like it takes a different kind of breed to do what we do. So now you're asking for something you can't have.
Yeah.
That's like showing up to McDonald's. Not McDonald's. Hey, KFC, how you doing? Can I get 2 drumsticks and KFC talking about, we ain't got no chicken. Like, what do you mean we ain't got? Like,
I'm gonna give you these tots.
right, this is KFC.
I'm gonna give you tater tots.
This is showing up to KFC at the drive-thru. Let me get a number 2 drumstick and a chicken. We don't have no chicken.
And you don't get no ketchup.
You know what I mean? Like that's what's going on right now. Like you cannot talk about KFC. Oh, they greasy. KFC greasy. They don't ever have wings. Their milkshake machine don't work. That's McDonald's, but you know what I mean. It's like their chicken ain't no good. But then you show up to the drive-thru and be like, hey, can I get a number 2? We don't have no chicken. That's exactly what's going on with law enforcement. They've been talking so much stuff. We are so I don't know if the word stigmatic. There's such a stigma.
Good word.
There's such a stigma to our career field to the point where nobody wants to do it anymore because it's been talked about in such a bad way.
So let me ask you a question. How do we change that? Because you spoke about like being chaos. So like right now in the law enforcement industry or entity, it's so chaotic. How do we fix that?
Again, chaos creates change.
Right, back to that.
Chaos creates change. Now, it all depends on what type of chaos you're prepared for because at the end of the day, who we work for? The public. We work for the public. You've been our audience. You've been the person.
But now the public is asking us to like do the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you prepared for? What are you asking for? What do you want? Do you know what you want? This is a whole conversation about, man versus women. It's like man, the logic, and women are emotional. Do you know what the freak you want? Do you know what you want? If you know what you want, tell me what it is so I can act on it. I am the man. I'm the law enforcement. You know what I mean? What do you want? You want this? You want that? I bet I'm gonna work for it. If you tell me what you want, but you can't say like, I want more.
Don't stutter.
Don't stutter. I don't want to know about. I want more emotional support. I want more. I want you to care for me more. What I can't. How do I show care? Being a muscle, being a grenade. I make shit go boom. How do I use me and tell me how I can be useful to you? The public is not doing that. The public wants what it wants. And now when you ask it, hey, what do you want? Do they have an answer?
Nope.
They don't have an answer. So to answer your question as to how do we fix that, our audience, the
people we cater to,
the people that we cater to
Dictate
have
how
to
we
know
do it.
what do you want? Because if you talking all this fluffy stuff, guess what? You're gonna get fluffy stuff, i.e., least intrusive, whatever the freak that means. Let's talk about it. Like you want to talk about least intrusive? What does that mean? You know what I mean? Like what does that actually mean? Do you want me to enforce, or do you want me to mitigate a way to where nobody's feelings is hurt, and now I have to please you and please them?
You know what that sounds like to me?
What?
The riots. Sit back and let them do what they want.
What do you want? What do you want?
yeah.
What do you want? The military, law enforcement, Congress, politics, everything that works for you represents, and I don't want to put a genitalia on it, but it represents a man. It represents a product. It represents what do you want? And we cannot act on what you want based on assumptions. We can't read your mind. We don't know how to decipher what you're trying to say. I need concrete answers. What do you want? Water? I bet. You want water? I'm gonna get you water. What do you want? You want something you want that wall broken down? I'm gonna go through that freaking wall. But if you tell me, oh, that wall is such a nuisance. That wall doesn't give me the shade I want. I'm emotionally disturbed by.
It's too much.
What? So now I have. What do you want? You want me to break down that wall? Tell me what you want.
Let me know, because I got a child abuse.
You know what I mean? So
I got something pending right now.
I'm gonna tear down that wall, but you can't do all this fluffy stuff. You can't do all this fluffy. So what is the problem? Is the problem is that? Tell me to address that problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what will change everything and anything. And that's my leadership tactic and everything. It's like I'm not going to, for one, yeah, I'm cool and all that, but this is what I want. This is the direction. This is where we're going. There's no question. There's no mystery. Nothing about that. And guess what? If I messed up, replace me. But there's no, how do you replace somebody who's been giving you mystery response with somebody who's been giving you mystery response? What are you going to get out of two mystery responsive individuals?
Mystery.
A mystery.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's, you know
That's
what?
dope. That is fucking.
It's just like what our brother Tavon said. Shout out to Tavon. He said it's all about optics.
I hate optics.
I hate it. I despise it.
I hate optics.
I
You
feel
wanna
like
know why?
optics is not in our game.
But you want to know why I despise it? Because it gets officers hurt.
It does.
Because they second guess every fucking thing.
I got a story. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So, optics, right? And I'm going to go back to being not as aggressive as you should be or you could be, so you have to be what you want to be, least intrusive. So there's a particular situation that happened back home, Northeast, where it is chaotic. It is chaotic. So my people have to respond. My people, we bleed blue. They have to respond. And they get there, and they're there to represent what? Order, the law, enforcement. They're there to represent these things. There's plenty of other words I can
Calm the
use.
situation down.
But they're there to represent these things. But because they're also conflicted with least intrusive, now they over there like, what do I do? How do I do
Discretion
this, that, and the
ahead.
third? Exactly. What is the discretion that I need to use? They're conflicted. Why are you conflicting your battery? Your battery gives you power. Why are you conflicting your outlet? Your outlet gives you power. These are your sources. Why are you conflicting them? Tell them what you want them to do. So they show up and they're there, and there's only one person who, for some reason, steps out of their shell and they're like, I see something is wrong. This is what I'm going to do. They go over there and they're lions. Everybody else is sheep around them. They sheep around them. So if this one lion is being a sheep, let's talk about the animal kingdom. Lions are enemies with hyenas. I don't want to say lions are the police and the hyenas are the bad guys. But if one lion is going against a group of hyenas, what's going to happen to that one lion? It doesn't matter if you 200 pounds and the hyenas are 100 pounds. What's going to happen to that lion if there's one lion and 10 hyenas?
He's going to get ripped to shreds.
You're going to get
He's
eaten.
outnumbered.
You're going to get eaten. But it's like now you have other lions around you, right? Supposedly. But they fluffy and they're wearing a costume, and that lion is acting alone. That's exactly what happened. This one lion acted alone, and it was to the point where he didn't know what to do, so he reverted. He converted and did what he knew what to do, and he picked this one hyena up and took him and grabbed him. Pulled him up, picked him up off his feet, took him up to the wall and say, yo, calm down. But by this time, this one lion is talking to this one hyena, and guess what he's surrounded by? Hyenas. These other lions came around, and they're doing this, hey, hyena, stop doing that. Don't do that. Meanwhile, this one lion is actually interacting with a hyena. That is the wrong freaking answer. That is the wrong freaking answer.
Because hyenas only know how to deal with lions. You feel me? Like, you can't be a lion and treat them pity patty.
You can't.
They don't understand that language.
You can't. You got to show them your teeth, and it's more than just showing your teeth. What was it? Damn, there's a line that Lil Wayne said. I can't forget. I can't remember what the line.
Ooh, you mixing a little hip hop.
Yeah, Lil Wayne said.
What did he say?
Damn, what did he say? It was something in reference to. I'm gonna show you my teeth. Man, I can't remember what he said. Oh man.
Triple C's on it.
Yeah, but he said something about I'm gonna show you than just my teeth. I'm gonna give you my bite type deal. You know what I mean? And that's not what's going on. It's a whole lot of showing teeth. And the showing teeth is whatever patch you represent, the badge that you have, and that's you're showing teeth. But what's behind it?
Because the public, the hyenas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They only understand when you show the teeth.
You know how many times? Here's the thing: the teeth of the badge, the teeth of the patch, the teeth of the uniform, the teeth of everybody who's around you wearing the same thing. That is a professional teeth. Don't get it.
The
Don't,
first responder teeth.
yeah, don't get it twisted.
No matter
You
what
know how many
city you
times?
serve.
You know how many times I've been told, like, take that off.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, don't test me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I feel like they don't understand that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But you know what? I still love the job.
Yeah,
Still have
listen.
fun. I mean, you know, it's different fun now.
Yeah.
It's not the fun we used to when we was really
The
putting work in like that.
the job is
Because like he said, they tell me what you want.
You got to conform.
the job
They
is,
want us to just stay back and like chill.
the job is still the job nonetheless. That's not gonna change. It's been around forever, even before we even joined.
Absolutely.
The job is a job. You know what I mean? Is it less fun? Probably not. You know what I mean? But it's like at the end of the day, is it purposeful?
Yes.
Are you serving your purpose?
Right.
You know what I mean? And to match that purpose, are you there with the desire to match that purpose? If you're not there with the desire to match the purpose and all you're there for is income, get the fuck out of my way.
Absolutely.
Straight up. I'm gonna
We always say it all the time, the job will expose you.
yeah, like get out of my way. Get out of my way. Like real talk. Cause I'm built for this. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm hungry. I want to make the change. I want to be the difference. I am the people I am policing. I look like them. I can decipher whether or not they're actually doing dirt or they're just existing. I'm here. You know what I mean? If you cannot say that the same way I can say that, whether you grew up like me or you've now been embedded like me, it's like, yo, get out my way.
Yeah.
Get out my way. I'm on my soapbox right now, but I mean that wholeheartedly. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of a false flagging, if you will. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of false flagging. Like you're not built for this. If you're not built for this, get out my way.
Go do something else.
Go do something else. I had a great supervisor once upon a time who used to tell me like yo, burgers need flipping.
Word.
Burgers need flipping.
Go get that
like,
spatula.
you know, I don't want to overdump. Like, yo, I need you to go over there and flip that. Here's the training. You ready? Flip. That's the training. You're now trained. Go do that. You know what I mean? If you're not built for this, stop false flagging. Stop fronting.
Well, I think now with all the numbers being low across the country, a lot of people realize that, yo, this ain't for me.
I mean, nonetheless, that could work against us or it could work for us. It's like the narrative is all dictated and determined on the speaker and the writer of the person who's writing the book, straight up. You know what I mean? If the leader in the front line could be like, hey, yeah, we used to be 4,000 strong, but now we 2,500. You know what I mean? We got to do what we got to do. And it's like, and I appreciate you and I love you. And it's actually felt from that person because I can relate to you and so forth and so on. Then listen, we going to eat. You got to make it. You have to learn how to make people want to work for you. It's like at my level, it's easier because I only have a selective, 6 to 10. And then it's like after my rank, it's like 10 to 24. Then after my rank, it becomes 3 sets of 10 to 24. Then after my rank and so forth and so on. But if you're not built to go on to that next rank, what you here for?
GC said it best, less is more.
Less is more.
And there's more of us.
We can do a whole.
And then there's more of us. So if there's less is more, and then there's more gorillas, lions, then there's more of us.
Yeah. That's true in fact to a certain extent, but it's fact more than just a facade. It really is. I need more lions. Where my lions at? Where my gorillas at? Where my silverbacks at? You know what I mean? Stand up, pump the chest out, pound that, pound it. What is it? Buster Brown said, pound my chest to the east, pound my chest to the west. You know what I mean? Like where you at? I need you. because we don't have those, man. It's like we're not around, and I'm tired of being alone. I really am.
Wow.
I'm tired of being alone.
Wow.
It's to the point where the facade has become reality, and then when the realists come through, it's like, what are you talking about? You foreign. I'm like, nah, listen.
I've been here since day one.
You're the foreign.
Right.
You're the foreign.
Well said, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well said.
Appreciate that. This is truly therapeutic. Like you said it, yeah, you said it from day one, man. This is therapeutic. I needed this.
Mm-hmm.
I needed this. Like this.
I mean, spit a lot of truth, like, and it's well spoken.
Yeah, appreciate that.
For real. Your words is everything, bro. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
The world need to hear that.
You dropped a lot of gems.
Yeah.
Any shout outs you want to give out before we wrap it up?
Listen, shout outs to the lions out there, the real silverbacks, the real gorillas out there holding it down. Shout outs to everybody who feels like I feel. Shout out to just the real ones. Just the real ones. It's like that may sound like a cliche to most, but it's like the real ones. Real recognize real. It's like, and if you real and you recognize real, push them up to come up to where you at, and keep that culture going, because there's too many false flagging. There's too much
Fake it till you make it.
yes, it's too much fake out there. It's way too much fake.
Like, why engage in that if you're gonna get exposed no matter what? At some point, you're gonna get exposed.
Because they're part of that bitch regime.
And that's the thing. It's like if the silence is louder than the voice, if the silence is louder than the voice, you know what I mean? It's like silence can be really loud. If these dudes out here not doing anything, false flagging and pretending, these pretenders. Let me stop saying false flagging because they might be.
Right.
I mean, but it's
So,
like.
They know what you're talking about.
If you out here pretending and there's a bunch of pretenders around you, that's like living in Sims. Sims is a fake reality where if everybody around you is faking a reality, then your false living becomes your reality. You know what I mean? But if somebody comes out and be like, "Oh, like, yo, stand, like, what are you doing?" If somebody actually shows up and disrupts, creates the chaos that requires, that enables and brings forth the change, they're not gonna know what to do. They're not gonna know what to do. There's too much of that going around, and that's everywhere, in every field, in every era, in everything. It could be music, it could be business, it could be law enforcement, it could be whatever you want to call it.
Well, we're seeing it on
Everywhere.
every stage.
Because it's too easy nowadays. It's too easy. If you have a social media platform, you can pretend to be whatever you want to be. It's no different from back in the day. AOL, my name is Fireball Long Peters. Boom. Hey, how you doing? What are you ever? My name is so-and-so. There's a lot of that going on, but now it's in front of your face. It's not across the country. It's in front of your face. Call them out. Like, yo, you ain't real. You wrong. Get out of here. It's a lot of that going on. It's so much of that going on because we live in a fast-paced world, and us lions, a lot of us lions are living or are accepting it.
I don't think we're accepting. I think we're just too busy hunting.
I knew that was going to take a turn for the worse.
Like,
as soon as you said
grinding.
long,
Yeah.
I said,
I
God.
feel like we're just too busy grinding on what we're doing.
It's to the point. It's to the point where you have to invest into yourself. It really is. You have to.
As soon as he said it, I said, God.
We're not adults here. This happens at least. This happens every show. I'm glad that it
As
wasn't me.
soon as that motherfucker said that, I said, damn, son.
Yo. Oh man.
That happens every show.
Every show.
Usually, I'm the one that gets caught.
He tried. I know you tried.
Caught you.
As soon as he said, I said, "What?"
Oh, my bad.
My head down, see him in the monitor, y'all.
Like, you said some shit that's normal.
Oh my
I'll digress.
God.
I'll digress.
Happens every show.
Woo!
Happens every show.
I'll
Shit.
digress.
Happens every show.
As soon as he said law, I said, "Oh my God, I don't know where this is going."
Happens every show.
Good God.
So again.
Woo!
But yeah.
I'm usually at the end of that.
What's up?
It be me. It's usually me.
I got the okie doke. They got me.
They got
They got it.
It's all good.
Here we sharp with it, so they're gonna catch whatever we say.
Listen, me and Chris gonna catch everything.
I see.
I swear,
see.
as soon as it come out, I said, "God damn!" So this
see.
motherfucker said long. I said, "Here we go."
Hey, I shouldn't have said pause.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, man,
I'm proud of you though.
Well, I
You
missed
admitted
it.
to
What was
it.
that he said?
Right.
we're
What was
here.
that he said?
Don't worry about it.
We'll talk about it.
Recorded
later.
10 minutes later.
We'll talk about it off air.
But no. I agree with you, bro.
Yo, thank you for your phenomenal experience, and like, yo, you dropped a lot of gems,
Oh,
dog.
he killed it.
I appreciate it, man.
Word.
I appreciate being here. This is love. It's therapeutic, just like I said. Just like you said. Let me rephrase that. You said that before I even got here. This is therapeutic and it's necessary. It really is. It's necessary.
I'm glad you got that.
Yeah, for all our brothers and sisters, I keep telling, like, listen, yo, it's perfect. Yo, come and talk. Yo, get it
Pull
out.
up. Pull up.
Where anybody that wears the uniform, come on.
Word.
Pull up. For real. Pull up.
Even your modern day regular civilians, like, yo, come talk to us.
Pull up.
We're not robots. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got your opinion just like, everybody has entitled to their opinion. Let's talk. This is the forefront of policing.
Yeah.
This is what needs to be said. That's why this podcast was created.
All right, now listen. Hello. What's that saying? The squeaky wheel
Yeah, it gets the oil.
gets the oil. So, you know what I mean? This is a platform for you to squeak. Squeak, bruh. Squeak. You know what I mean? I'm squeaking. You hear me? Am I being heard? Tap, tap. Hear me. I want to be heard, damn it.
Word.
Real talk. Holla at me.
Triple C.
That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on.
Proud of you. Dre.
Hey, yo, September 11th.
Pull up.
July 11th, man.
Wow, I said September. I'm sorry, July 11th.
Pull up.
Pull up.
Good time.
Fells Point Tavern.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Gang.
On Thames Street.
And peace and love. Hey, yo, I'm not a tough guy. You know what I'm talking about. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Triple C.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
That's it.
Blessed are all the peacemakers. Yes.
My peoples, we appreciate you. I want to thank my brother for coming on tonight. He said such phenomenal key points on what this job really entails. And we're the real ones in doing it the right way.
Shout out to Real Ones.
Shout out to Real Ones Podcast, our brother JB.
They got the merch out too.
Word. Shout out to Chase. Shout
We
out
need
to
that.
Dennis. We love you guys. We appreciate you. My brother Ruis came through the night, killed it. Straight killed it. He gave you his background, being in the Army for over 20 years, still serving as a supervisor in the city of Baltimore. It's a beautiful thing. But you know what? We really do this, and we love what we do. And that's why this is a real podcast. It's an open forum for anybody that has an opinion. Come talk. We're not robots. We're going to keep it to tall glass of water with you, But we love you. We appreciate you. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, July 11th, our 3rd annual Law Enforcement Happy Hour. Shout out to my boy Charlie Schultz. Berman, Sobin & Gross is the law firm. And we love you guys. Stay safe. Talk to you next week. Be easy, baby.
Hit the
Peace.
phone, baby. Hit the phone.
Yo.
views and opinions expressed on the Silverback Chronicles podcasts are those of the hosts, producers, and/or the guest appearing on the program. They do not reflect the views and opinions of the federal, state, or local government. This includes but not exclusive to the Department of Defense, Homeland, and the Baltimore City Police Department. The Silverback Chronicles podcast with Dre, Big H, and Triple C. Hit the subscribe button, like and comment.